Okay, so we'll start our program. So good morning to all of you, all the grade 12 students here, as well as our principal, Mr. Benji M. Molina, to our focal person, Ma'am Bernardine Aray, and to all the grade 12 teachers. So let's begin with the opening prayer to be led by Lord Chris Sabellanos, our CIC president, followed by the video presentation of our national anthem to be led by Ibrahim Dimaugong, our SSG president. Lord Chris.
Let's bow our head and feel the presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord and Father of all, thank you for today. Thank you for ways in which you provide for us all. For your protection and love, we thank you. Help us to focus our hearts and mind now on what we are about to do. Inspire us by your Holy Spirit as we listen right. Guide us by your eternal light as we discover more about your world around us. We ask all this in the name of Jesus. Amen. In the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Ibrahim.
At para naman po sa ating pambansang awit, narito po ang inyong lingkod, Ibrahim Dimaugong. Inaanyayahan ko magsigayo ang lahat at ilagay ang ating kanang kamay sa ating kaliwang dibdib at sabay-sabay natin awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Okay. So, bago tayo magsimula, so mag-attendance check muna tayo. So, at this point, pwede po ba natin makita yung mga paano ba magiging simula ng ating attendance check? So, pwede po ba mag-create ng sounds pag sinabi kong strand? Then, gusto kong mag-create kayo ng any kind of sounds na pwede po mag-signify sa inyong strand. Okay po? So I hope na narinig ako. So once I call your strand, and create any kind of sound that comes first in your mind. So ito medyo magulto at maingay. Pero would you mind to open your microphone once I call your strand? So where is the grade 12 gas?
Rip! Rip!
Very good si Papa, sa dami nila, no? Madami, buhay na buhay. Kailangan magkaroon tayo ng buhay. Okay, ulitin natin. Grade 12 gas, where are you?
Rip! Rip!
Diba? Ingay. Buhay na, no? How about grade 12 youth? Grade 12 youth, are you there? Hello? Ayun, may nag-ano na okay, thank you. How about grade 12 STEM? Ay, nakakatawa. Okay. Ay, wait pa din. Hanggang ngayon, wait. Simula gas, hanggang wait pa din. No? How about grade 12 TVLHE? Ay, wow! Very good yun. Talagang manok na manok. Okay. How about grade 12 TVLICT?
Daddy?
Daddy? Ayun. How about grade 12 ABM? Walang nag-iingay sa ABM. Wala. Ayun, meron na. Parang pinupupok nila yung hawak nilang gadget. Meron pa ba akong nakalimutan? Okay, siguro kompleto na. So at this juncture, may I call on Mr. Benjamin M. Molina II for our inspirational talk.
Ako na?
Yes, ito na po. Sige sir, mas maganda.
Impromptu to, pare ko. Sabi ko ba sila? Narinig ko kayo. Narinig nyo ko? Say naman something.
Opo, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Ako, kasi I'm only seeing faces, stickers here eh. So how many participants? Okay. Well, this year, kahit na pandemic, kahit na tayo ay nasa work from home and school from home, we really want you na ituloy niyo pa rin yung inyong ating mga senior high school program. No? Itong senior high school program to ay talagang kasama sa ating trabaho, gawain, para kayo naman ay maging kapakipakinabang in the future. That's why this immersion is really important. Ano ba objective ng immersion? Ito, number 1, for you to have an overview of what is happening in the real world. So, although hindi kayo lalabas dyan, pero kasi ito naman ang talagang trend kayo, hindi lumalabas. But we make it a point that you really feel what is happening to the real world with your programs na nakakaiba sa inyo. No? Number 2, to prepare you so that when you enter this world, you will know what it feels. So mayroon kami activity dito na gagawin sa inyo para naman ma-feel nyo ano talaga ang paano talaga pumasok. Ano talaga ang pakiramdam nyo pag pumasok kayo sa field of employment, field of So that's why sabi ko nga sa kanila o sa inyo, do I have to say this? No? Yung inyong yung inyong online interview, make it a point na dapat all students will attend the online interview. Actually, ginawa na namin ang paraan to para lahat kayo, each of you should attend the online interview. May schedule ibibigay si ma'am sa inyo. Tama po ba, ma'am? O, tama yan ha. Ibigay sa inyo. Number 3, for you to be more responsible, not to anybody else, but to yourself. Wala pong ibang tutulong sa inyo, kundi sarili nyo. Responsibilidad nyo ang katawan nyo, ang kaluluwa nyo, ang buhay nyo. Even your brothers and your sister and your parents, when you come to your right age, will not help you. Kayo nang sasagwa ng buhay nyo. So this time, while you are young, while you are in school, you should prepare. You should prepare kung ano nang mangyayari sa inyo because what you are doing today is what will you be like in the future. Sabi nga, kung ano mang ginagawa mo ngayon, malamang yan na rin ang gagawin mo sa iyong kinabukasan. So kung ngayon pala nagtatamad-tamaran ka na, malamang sa hindi, baka yun na rin maging buhay mo. I have seen a lot of graduates, high school. I've been in the service for how many years? 28 years. I've seen a lot of students na nung kapanahon ng kanilang pagiging mag-aaral, hindi naman sila kagalingan. But nung sila graduate, nung sila ay nagtrabaho, doon sila nag-excel. Why? Because the discipline that instilled by them, the discipline that instilled to them by the schools we're in, yun ang naging natanim sa kanila. It's not more of knowledge, it's not more of, but it's more of skills, attitude, and discipline, ang dapat na may skills sa inyo bilang mga estudyante at bilang mga future citizens of the Philippines. No? Yun ang importante sa inyo, yung knowledge. Sabi nga ng isang psychology teacher, what you know today will be forgotten tomorrow. But the skills, discipline, na may bigay and values na may bigay sa inyo ng mga teachers nyo, adalhin nyo yan in the future. No? So halimbawa, ngayon pa lang, tamagotchi kayo, pasaway kayo sa teacher, hindi kayo masunurin. Likely, pag naging trabaho kayo, when you go to the field, baka ganyan din gawin nyo. Hindi kayo makatapos. I've seen some honor students no high school sila. Na makita ko, masabuti pa yung mga average people. No? So yun ang importante rito. Ha? What you are going to do today what you are going today is what you will likely become in the future. Tandaan niyo yan, ha? So, with the help of their teachers, pasalamatan yung teachers natin na to, yung how many advisors. So, not only the advisors today, all senior high school teachers is involved sa activity ng immersion. So, with the help of your teachers, grade 11 and grade 12 teachers na nandito, in behalf of all the teachers, the school really wants you to become responsible citizen worthy to become a Filipino. So ngayon pa lang, pasalamatan niyo yung teachers nyo kasi we are really doing our best. Actually, I've seen them really doing their best for your future. Actually, hindi na nga ito, they go beyond the Deped rules. We go beyond the Deped procedure just to ensure that you give the quality immersion program, quality program for the senior high school. Alam niyo bang, kaya nga sabi ko, we go beyond the Deped procedure, we go beyond the IATF procedure. Why? Because kami, we should not be here na together na nasa loob na sa kwarto. But we had to do it para sa inyo. So, yun pa lang, pasalamatan yung teachers nyo, the sacrifice that they are doing para sa future nyo. At the same time, pasalamatan nyo yung mga parents nyo sa pagbibigay sa inyo ng load para kayo ay makapag-online. No? Lastly, I consider this as parang changing gear eh. Itong week na to, change gear nyo na to. Next week, start na inyong second sem. Your last semester for high school. Ha? Last week, so ibig sabihin, starting March 1, second sem na. Although you are doing your immersion today, kaya ginagawa niyo immersion nyo na ngayon, you have to finish yung mga requirement nyo sa first semester. You have to finish your requirements sa first semester. Why? Because kahit na po kayo, I have to tell these fellow teachers, kahit na kayo ay naging immersion na, ready na kayo sa immersion, but if you are not cleared sa inyong mga subjects ngayong first semester, I'm sorry, I will not allow you to enroll sa inyong last semester. Recorded po yan ha. Pag hindi nyo tinapos sa mga gawain nyo ngayong linggong to, or hindi kayo nabigyan ng clearance sa mga teacher nyo ngayong semester to, I will not allow you to enroll a second semester. That goes also to the grade 11. Ha? So, ayan po ang ating gagawin. So, we will have, actually, ano to, isang medyo, sabi nga nila, di natin alam yung rules ngayon, club na rules ngayon. There are some suggestions na magkaroon tayo ng face-to-face, but I don't think na posible pa sa inyo ngayon ng taon na to. Kung meron man, half-half siguro. No? Pero I make it a point that meron kayong, ma'am, basta lahat ng activities na gagawin nyo, sulit pa rin naman kahit na kayo ay naka-work from home. O, school from home pala. No? So, ayun lang. Again, thank you very much for listening and congratulations again sa mga ginagawa nyo. Congratulations, fellow teachers. Palakpak naman. Yan, kaway-kaway. At congratulations din sa mga grade 12 teachers for reaching this point onwards to your graduation. No? Okay, nag-countdown na kayo ng graduation nyo. Medyo bago mag-June 11, graduate na kayo. Thank you.
Diba? Hindi yung sound na gagawin clap yun ng mga teachers natin dito. So, thank you Sir Benji for your inspiration. I hope that you are more motivated. Take note yung mga sinabi niya. Number one, you are not allowed to immersion if you are not yet done with your requirements, specifically to those subjects in first semester. Okay, now, let's go on to our second part of this program, which is the orientation proper. Okay, so this will serve as the first part of our talk with Mrs. Violeta Eroas. This is the bombastic girl. Wow, a bombastic girl now. An intelligent person also. From grade 12 STEM advisor. She will be the one to discuss the understanding work immersion. Kaya po, Ma'am Rojas, please come on down. Okay, please, everyone, stop. Okay, there you have it.
Ayan. Naka-on ng aking cam. Naka-mute lang ako. Pero naririnig niyo po ako?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, mabuti naman. Maliban sa akin, may iba pa kayong naririnig? Wala na, di ba?
Wala po.
Kasi lagi nilang sinasabi po, nagka-klase kami, may iba daw akong naririnig sa labas. May iba daw naririnig sa likod ko. Okay. So for this part of our program, we will shed light on the nature of the work immersion. So bakit ba tayo nag-work immersion? Ano-ano yung mga expectations dito sa tungkol sa work immersion? Okay. Nakita niyo na?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes.
Oo, pero tapos na siya. Wait lang. Inaano kasi siya kanina, ma'am. Yes. Tapos, binubuksan ko siya kanina. Tapos natapos ko na siya. Uulitin natin mga pangyayari sa buhay natin. Wait lang mga anak Diyan talaga pag live. Mahirap maging artista, no? Nawala pa. 'Di ba? Yun yung sinasabi ko eh.
Okay. So habang pinifix ni ma'am yung kanyang computer, so if you have some questions, pwede nyo pong ilagay dito sa chat box natin. Then meron po tayong spotter. Then later, sasagutin po natin yan sa Q&A. Okay? So here, dito talaga po live. There you have it, Ma'am Rojas. Are you
Okay
ready?
na. Okay.
Okay.
So for this part of the program, wait lang po. Gusto ko kasi nakikita ko kayo eh. So for this part of the program, so we will have an overview of what immersion is all about. So in the topic, understanding the work immersion. Okay? So for this presentation, we will be discussing the following. We'll be presenting the following about the work immersion. So una, hindi. Naka-present ako, ayan. Yung Google Thread lang yun. Ito. Share ito. Ayun o. Okay. So first, of course, the nature of the work immersion. Secondly, the requirements before you were before enrolling for the second semester in general, and specifically these requirements are for beginning your work immersion. Expected behavior as well as the rules and regulations. So let's start with the nature of the work immersion. So real talk yung umpisa natin, which is work immersion is a requirement for graduation. So hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-pass for the work immersion because it is a specialized subject. Okay? So specialized subject siya, kaya lahat ng estudyanteng naka-enroll for senior high school ay kailangan pong dumaan sa work immersion. So it is a requirement for graduation. So pag hindi nag-work immersion, so ibig sabihin nun, hindi tayo makaka-graduate. Okay? Secondly, these are the basis for work immersion. So the work immersion activities for senior high school are anchored on the following. Number one, Deped Order No. 30, series of 2017, which stipulated the guidelines for the work immersion. Okay? Number two, the Deped Order number 39, series of 2019, which explains or clarified further the nature of the work immersion, specifically yung number of hours of training for work immersion, and of course, the basis for the work immersion during this time of pandemic, which is Deped Memo Series 2020, number 00085. So kahit po pandemic, ang mga teachers, ang karamihan sa mga empleyado ay work from home. So students will still be undergoing work immersion. Okay? So what is the nature of the work immersion? So the work immersion, okay, is created for students to experience undergoing a minimum of 80-hour work immersion in an industry that directly relates the student's post-secondary goal. Okay? So whether ikaw ay mag-enroll sa college after mong mag-senior high school o kaya naman, for example, si TVL, pagkatapos nilang kumuha ng NC2 nila, magtatrabaho na sila, ang goal po ng work immersion is during the period na kayo ay nasa senior high school, ay ma-expose po tayo doon sa kung ano yung field na gusto nating tahakin pagkatapos natin mag-senior high school. Okay? And the minimum number of hours required para sa lahat ng estudyante is 80 hours. So sinasabi ko pong minimum. So 80 hour po ito para sa mga 80 hour po ito para sa mga academic, so ABM, STEM, and UMS. And it is over 80 hours para sa mga may specialization talaga na technical, kagaya ng mga TVL. Okay? So 80-hour minimum po tayo. So even though we are work from home, i-reiterate ko lang that the number of hours na gugugulin natin para sa work immersion is 80 hours. Okay? So, furthermore, through the work immersion, the students are expected to be exposed to and become familiar with work-related environments related to their field of specialization to enhance their competence. Again, uulitin ko po ito, it should be related to their field of specialization. Okay? So, meaning, whatever task that you decide to work on as your work immersion activity, okay, kahit na tayo ay work immersion from home, it has to be related to your field of specialization. Okay? So, kung STEM ka, science-related siya. Kung ABM ka, business-related siya. Kung UMS ka, so humanities, social sciences-related activities o social sciences-related task ang gagawin natin. Technical for TVL. And of course, for GAS, you have an option to do science-related, business-related, or social science-related activities. Kasi, ano naman, para sa lahat naman yung GAS. Okay? So, habang pinagpapatuloy natin ang orientation sa araw na to, pwede nyo nang pag-isipan kung ano ang inyong maaaring gawin. Specific aims of the work immersion activity are as follows. Number one, to gain relevant and practical industry skills under the guidance of experts and workers. Of course, as of the moment, it's not possible, but as you are doing work immersion activities or planning your work immersion activities, i-assume na natin na tayo ay mag-work para sa isang specific na industry na gusto natin. Number two, appreciate the importance and application of principles and theories taught in school. Okay? So meaning that the skills that you would put into your work immersion task are skills na na-acquire ninyo dito sa senior high school. Specifically, yung mga specializations natin, kasi yun yung mga field talaga ng expertise, expected field of expertise natin. Okay? So, next. Enhance the technical knowledge and skills and to enrich their skills in communications and human relations, So it has something to do with how you cooperate and how you collaborate with the people you're working with. And of course, develop good work habits, attitudes, appreciation, and respect for work, which we would discuss further as we go on with this part of the orientation. So this is the nature. That is the nature of the work immersion. That is what work immersion is all about. Again, ulitin ko po, it is a requirement for graduation. It is a specialization. Okay, so specialization po natin siya, and it is an 80-hour training. So yun po, in which tasks to be done are related to your expertise. Okay, so which is science for STEM, social science for UMS, business for ABM, and technical skills for EDL. Gas, again, bahala kayong namili kung anong gusto niyo. Okay, so let's move on to the requirements. Dahil siya ay isang trabaho, a simulation of real-life experience when we are working or when we are preparing to work 4 years from now, okay? So meron po tayong mga requirement that should be accomplished prior to starting your work immersion. So as a senior high school student, these are our prerequisites. Number 1, okay? Bago po tayo mag-work immersion, we have to complete all the academic requirements. So no failing grades. Okay? So prior to, hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-apply ng trabaho pag hindi ka nag-present ng TOR, di ba? So and before you present your TOR, you have to complete the course sa totoong buhay. Okay? So bago ka makakuha ng TOR, natapos mo yung course mo. Okay? So ganun din tayo. So bago tayo mag-work immersion, we have completed all the academic requirements. So therefore, no failing grades. Okay? So next, you have to complete all the application requirements. So aside from the TOR, you have to submit resumes. Okay? You have to submit other requirements for application and as well as to undergo interview. So we would be having series of interviews para sa mga estudyante na magpapatuloy sa work immersion. Antayin lang po natin yung ating schedules. Okay? So for now, dahil tayo ay work immersion from home, ito pa lang yung kailangan natin. Okay? Pero sa totoong buhay, what if hindi tayo pandemic ngayon at totoong tayo ay lalabas. So other requirements for work immersion are as follows, clearances. Okay? So kung lalabas po tayo, so there would be institutions or organizations that would require from you to submit a barangay clearance, a police clearance, or an NBI clearance. So depende sa kung gaano kahigpit yung company na pupuntahan ninyo. Okay? So anyway, let's move on. Okay? So aside from that, they would also be requiring from you medical certificate. So a medical certificate would just certify that a student undergoing work immersion is fit to work. Yan. Sa mga mas established na company, minsan naghahanap sila ng x-ray. Pero uulitin ko lang ulit yung sinabi ko kanina, yung additional requirements na binabanggit ko ay kung halimbawa lang, hindi po tayo pandemic ngayon kasi baka mamaya pagsilip namin, pagdaan ko sa barangay, may mga nakapila doon kumukuha ng barangay clearance. Hindi po Nililiwanag ko lang. Additional requirements kung hindi tayo pandemic ngayon. So dahil pandemic, ang ating lang requirements ay yung prerequisites na pinakita ko kanina. And lastly, of course, you have to also get an insurance for yourself in any case that things happen during the workplace. Uulitin ko bago tayo lumabas sa slide na to. So additional requirements, itong additional requirements ay kung sakali lang na natuloy tayo ng work immersion ng hindi pandemic. So dahil pandemic, babalikan natin yung kanina. Ito lang po ang ating requirements. Completed academic requirements, which means no failing grades. So if you have completed all of the requirements for a particular subject, your teacher will certify, okay, that you have passed the subject, okay, and ipapresent niyo yun sa inyong advisor. Okay? And of course, interview. The application requirements and interview. Next. So we're done with the nature of the work immersion and of course the requirements for the work immersion. Let's move on to expected behavior. So paano ba tayo dapat na makipag-ugnayan, okay, sa mga guro? Or paano tayo dapat kumilos o ano mga dapat gawin during the conduct of the work immersion? So these are your expected behavior. Of course, first, you have to be wary of what we call work ethics. Okay? So by definition from Harappa Education, okay, pag sinabi nating work ethics, these are just set of behavioral rules in which the aim is to be able to create a positive environment at work. So yung hindi tayo magkakainitan ng ulo ng mga kasama natin sa grupo, hindi maiinis sa'yo yung mga kasama mo sa lugar na ginagalawan mo. Okay? So next, it is based on the ideals of number 1, discipline, and number 2, hard work. So 2 of the attributes required for you to be able to work well in whatever task that you are doing. Okay? So specifically, so what are the things that we should be wary of while in the conduct of the work immersion? So number 1, of course, so always be punctual. So punctuality would extend to notifying your teachers whenever you're about to start an immersion activity, whenever you end, okay? And of course, it would also include submissions of all the requirements on schedule, okay? So number 2, be focused and persistent. So it would do good for us to have a target for a particular day and be able to accomplish these targets. Okay, so whether the targets is to be done individually or to be done by a group. Okay, so of course, number 3, we have to be professional. Professional in the sense that hindi naman natin yun nakikita. Kasi kung sa totoong buhay, part of being professional is dressing appropriately for the job. Okay? But it also means being courteous and respectful of the people you're working with, to the people you're working with, of the task assigned to you, so being responsible with the task assigned to you. Okay, so that's part of being professional, submitting requirements on time. Okay, and of course, yung courteous conduct of queries, okay, kasama po yun sa pagiging professional. So hindi magtatanong, hindi basta-basta magbibitaw ng salita sa mga interactions through messengers, etc. Okay? And then next, we have to finish tasks in a timely and efficient manner. Okay? So among the things that we have to be to always think of is being able to finish tasks timely and of course efficiently. Okay? Meaning that yung trabahong ginawa mo, hindi yung ginawa ko lang. Basta ay tapos na. Okay? So anyway, we will be having rubrics for whatever task that would be assigned to the students. So ibig sabihin nun, kung ginagawa ninyo yung isang bagay, meron tayong set of guidelines, specific set of guidelines kung saan naka-anchor yung mga paraan ng inyong pagtatrabaho. And lastly, creating a work-life balance. So which means that, ulitin ko po ito, sabihin ko po ito, na pag oras po ng pag oras ng work immersion, sana work immersion po, hindi po ML. Okay? So, liliwanagin ko po na hindi po dahil work immersion ay wala na po kayong subject. So for the week, you will be completing your works, pero when we start for the second semester, kasabay ng pag-work immersion natin ang mga subjects natin para sa second semester. Okay, so maybe if you have subjects in the morning, then pwede tayong mag-work immersion sa hapon. So that is why it is important. Yung last part na to, sobrang importante to. You have to create a work-life balance. Okay, so hindi po natin isasabay si ML sa work immersion. Kasi nag-subject ka ng umaga, naghapon, nag-ML ka. Eh, may work immersion pa, sa gabi ka na mag-ML. Okay? Next. So let's move on. At dahil nga meron tayong work ethics para mas maging focus po tayo sa ating mga goal. So sa bawat grupo na ma-assign ngayong work immersion, you will be accomplishing this plan. Okay? Para po ito liliwanagin ko, ang accomplishment plan ay gagawin ng bawat isang grupo. Okay, so para po ito sa grupo. So every day po ang ating accomplishment plan, ha? Kaya meron nakalagay dito na date. Yan. So every day, ilalagay po natin dito sa part ng target kung ano yung ating objective for the day. Okay? And then what tasks are associated with the objective that you have written dun sa target. Okay? Then who are the persons involved? Anong oras nagsimula, anong oras natapos, and then remarks if you were able, for example, to accomplish everything. Okay, for example, lahat ng objective na meet mo, o kaya naman meron kang objective na hindi na meet for the day. Okay, so this will start, ngayon ba? Hindi pa. Next week. So this will start next week. Okay? Pero liliwanagin ko lang ano pong ilalagay dito. So halimbawa, ang target natin, halimbawa interview. Pero hindi siya kasali, syempre. Kasi pang next week pa to. So halimbawa interview. Ano ang possible target natin with the interview? For example, it's for the purpose of developing your confidence as well as communication skills. So yun yung target natin para sa plan na yon. So what are the tasks associated with the objective? So halimbawa, sa araw na yon, ang target mo is develop your self-esteem as well as communication skill. Ang task associated dito, halimbawa, number 1, writing a resume. Number 2, writing an application letter. Number 3, interviewing. Okay? So sa persons involved, you're going to write the person involved. Okay? So if it is just you, okay, so isulat mo yung pangalan mo. Then if it involves other people, like for example, an interviewer or your group mate, so ilalagay natin yung pangalan niya. So when it starts, then when it's finished. For example, you have a scheduled time started, I'm going to write my resume for 1 hour. So that's from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So ilalagay po natin yung time. And whichever task you have completed for that particular day. So for example, natapos mo yung resume mo, natapos mo yung interview mo, pero you're not able to finish an application letter, so ilalagay mo dito. Pwedeng you could note here that application letter, not yet done. Okay? So you have to write a remarks kung na-reach natin yung target. But anyway, kagaya nga nung nabanggit ko, ito ay gagawin ng grupo, so therefore mag-start ito sa simula din ng work immersion activity. That would be next week. Okay? And of course, lastly, so safety in the workplace, which lagi niyong tatandaan in any case that there is a need for you to be working as a group. Okay? Otherwise, work from home tayo. Okay? So in any case that there is a need for you to be working as a group, so remember to strictly follow recommended health protocols. So number 1, always wear a face mask and a face shield. Okay, number 2, don't forget to sanitize. Yan. Number 3, maintain distance. Social distancing pa rin po tayo, okay? Social distancing pa rin, so therefore maintain distance at all times. And of course, lastly, avoid working as much as possible, avoid working in a crowded place. Like for example, mag-video kayo. Kung mag-video kayo, huwag na kayong dumayo ng DRT para mag-video. OA na yon. Okay? Kasi nagdi-DRT din sila, nakita ko yung post nila. Okay, so liliwanagin ko lang ha. So as much as possible, so when you're doing your work, avoid working in a crowded place. Kung pwede naman sa likod ng bahay nyo, huwag nang mag-DRT. Yung kailangan ng falls, maglagay ka ng hose doon para may tubig na dumadaloy. Okay? So let's move on. So we're done with nature, requirements, expected behavior, and lastly, what are the rules and regulations for work immersions? These are the set of guidelines na sa lahat ng oras po ay dapat nating sundin habang tayo ay nag-work immersion. Okay? So these are the rules and regulations for work immersion. So number 1, you have to comply with daily attendance checking. Okay? So, daily attendance checking. So, as of the moment, dahil wala pa, kagaya ko, grade 12 STEM, meron tayong poll dyan. So, kung wala ka pa dyan, magparamdam ka na. Okay? So, you have to notify your teacher through Messenger. So, when an immersion task will begin and when an immersion task will end. Okay, so mag-start ka ng 1 o'clock. Kung hindi naman, for example, picturean mo yung sarili mo, nandun ka sa workstation mo. Picturean mo yung sarili mo na may kita ni teacher kung anong oras. Alam niya, nagsimula ka na. Okay? At kung natapos ka na rin. Okay, next. Number 2, you have to submit daily documentation as proof of your work immersion activity for the day. This will start next week pag nagsimula na po tayo ng actual na work immersion kasi pre-immersion tayo for this week. Okay? So, pag nagsimula na tayo ng work immersion, every day i-document yung ginagawa. Hindi kasama yung pagkain ng lunch ha. Yung ginagawa lang na related sa work immersion. So, yung mga TikTok videos ninyo, hindi po yung kasali. Okay. Okay? So, yung mga TikTok, yung ano pa. So, kailangan yung related lang sa work immersion. Ang ating i-document for the day. Okay, number 3, you have to always coordinate with your group members. Your group members are supposed to be your colleagues. Okay, so whether nagkikita kayo or hindi, at babalikan natin yung kanina, as you deal with everyone from you in your group, with your teachers, with your classmates, be professional. So in the manner that you cooperate with them, don't forget to be respectful at all times. Okay? Next, number 4, maintain professionalism when you are working together. Nabanggit ko na, related sa una kong nabanggit. Okay? So hindi porket close kayo. Sa oras ng work immersion, tayo ay magkakasama sa trabaho. Okay, so magkakasama sa trabaho. So ibig sabihin, personal task aside. Okay? So unahin natin yung ating trabaho sa oras na 'yan. Okay? So balikan natin sa ethics kanina. You have to create a work-life balance. Next. Always perform immersion task within the confines of your home. Okay? Hanggat maaari, kung nasa loob tayo ng bahay. Baka mamaya, nagme-message yung nanay nyo. Ma'am, pinapunta nyo daw po sa Makati yung anak ko. Para makapag-observe ng mga call center. So, wala pong ganon, ha? So, wala po tayong ganon. So, as a rule, dahil tayo ay during the quarantine period pa, as much as possible, perform work immersion tasks within the confines of your home. Kung wala naman po tayong magagawa, kundi lumabas, kinakailangang lumabas. Number 6, babalikan po natin yung workplace safety. Okay? Follow standard health protocols. Strictly follow standard health protocols. Mag-face mask, mag-face shield, mag-sanitize, maintain distance. Okay? Now, number 7. Kasi attendance is a requirement. So, in any case that you need to be absent for a day, you have to inform your teacher for the reasons. And kung maaari, for your whereabouts as well. Okay, naintindihan? So kung hindi makakapag-perform ng task, you have to inform your teacher, you have to inform your group mates for your reasons and as well as whereabouts. Hanggat maaari lang naman, lalo na kung ito ay mga emergency talaga, yung parent ang pa-message ninyo sa teacher. Okay? So, ma'am, hindi po, or sir, hindi po maaaring makapagtrabaho ng kanyang work immersion task for the day si ganito kasi kami ay kinakailangan pumunta sa ganito. So, hanggat maaari, yung parent po ang ating ang magbigay alam sa teacher ng dahilan kung bakit kayo ay hindi makakapag-work immersion. And it is important kasi halimbawa hindi nag-extend kayo. So tinakda natin yung 80-hour ninyo. Pagkatapos nag-extend kayo ng 80-hour kasi meron kang time na hindi ka nakapag-work immersion. So kung nagpaalam ka kung bakit, okay, so may excusable excuse kayo for being late. Naintindihan? Okay, and of course, lastly, so you have to finish task on schedule. So sa iba, naibigay na namin kung ano yung mga tasks. So tingnan na lang natin kung kailan ang lahat ng mga submissions. Okay? We have to finish task on schedule. Okay, as a rule for the conduct of the work immersion. So that's all. And good luck for the activity, and hope that you gain experiences that would be relevant in your endeavor as students or employee after graduation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Roja, for your information regarding about work immersion. So, anyway, baka po may nagtataka po kayo, baka yung iba hindi makapasok. So, almost ma-reach na natin yung 101 po dito sa link. So, just in case na hindi po makapasok iba mga classmates ninyo, ito po ay recorded. Ipapasa na lang po siguro by Strand, gamit po sa link po yata sa Google Classroom or kung saan po ilalagay ng advisor. Okay po? Kasi baka may nagtatanong po, na-reach na po natin. Hindi po namin na-expect na ganito kaagad kasi hopefully parang mga 70 or 80 lang po. Pero as of this moment, nasa attendance po is almost 103. On and off po yung iba. Tapos yung iba ay bigla pong pumapasok, yung iba ay nawawala. Okay? So ulitin ko po, this is recorded and ibibigay na lang po yung link sa inyo ng advisor. Okay. By the way, it's very important also na you take down notes aside from this recorded part kasi po at least alam niyo kung saan po patutungo yung gagawin niyo kasi it's very important to know the work ethics, what else, the safety in the workplace as well as the rules and regulations. Kasi baka sabihin niyo, sir, o ma'am, hindi ko po alam to. Di ba? Ignorance of the law excuses no one. So ito po, pwede natin maging law regarding about this immersion. So dapat po, ito po ay na-invite nyo na po sa inyong sistema. Okay? So at this juncture, we will proceed to the next part by discussing the how to write resume, how to an application letter as well as the application form. This will be discussed by one of the beautiful ladies in this campus. Ay, wow! In this room daw. Tignan natin. Tignan nyo ha. Pag makita nyo lang siya, nako. Sino to? Okay. None other than Mrs. Muriel C. Cortez. Note the virtual class advisor. Yan. Come on down. Okay, habang ino-open po ni ma'am, ulitin ko po, take down notes. At least para mas makita po ninyo yan.
Hello, hello. Hello. Hello na ba kayo? Hello na ba kayo? Kita na ba ako o naglo-loading lang siya? Kita po ba ako? Nakikita na ako? Nararamdaman na ba yung kaluluwa ko?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Ayan, no. Kala ko papatawag niyo pa ako kay Ed Kaluwag, di ba? Ayan. So, tara na. Lakwatsa na tayo. OBS, hindi oh. Hindi. Kung ano lang, may lumabas lang na background. Ayan. So, nakita po ba yung screen ko? Ay, yes, tama.
Yes,
Share ko.
ma'am. Opo, nakita. Ang taba nga eh.
Ang taba. Sana all, di ba? Bigyan kita.
Sana lahat.
Ayan. Ha? Pink yan, sir. Pink yan, sir. Ayan, nakita na po ba yung screen?
Apo, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay, let's start. So, mag-prepare lang ng pencil tsaka ng, pen pala, sorry. ng pen at tsaka ng paper just in case isulat yung mga important details. Lalo na in writing your application form and your resume. Okay? And then, magtanong na lang later on sa GC, sa mga advisor, if you have any questions regarding or kulang regarding the discussion of each parts ng ating application form, letter of application, and resume. Okay? So, let's proceed. So, I'll be discussing this one. So, bakit nga ba kailangan natin ng application form, letter of application, or tinatawag natin usually, very common, the cover letter, and the resume. So, bakit natin sila kailangan? Because it's a requirement pag nag-apply ka ng trabaho. Okay? Kahit nga hindi trabaho, it's also a requirement if mag-apply ka for college, okay? For master's degree, what else? OJT, application, na hindi ka naman talaga, or magti-training ka lang on a specific institution, you have to write your application form, letter of application, and resume. So, bakit natin siya kailangan? Kasi this will be your guided plan requirement in qualifying for a certain job or career. Also, to distinguish kung ano nga ba ang iyong soft skills and hard skills. Related ba to sa ina-applyan mong trabaho? Lahat ba ng mga subjects mo before helps you develop your skills and soft and hard skills. So, i-include mo yun lahat sa iyong letter application form, lalong-lalo na in resume. Kasi, this is, sabihin ko na yung take-away nyo sa pagsulat. Remember, na sa paggawa nito, dapat lahat related ng i-include nyo. Ano ibig sabihin nun? If ang lumalabas na personality mo, if your personality is an introvert, hindi ka dapat mag-include ng excessive, alam mo yon, excessive social skills related sa iyong resume. So, dapat, whatever it is your personality, yun din yung mga social skills mo, yun din yung mga hard skills mo, and yun din yung mga soft skills mo. That is a strong takeaway in writing your application form, letter of application, and resume. Hindi lang during this time na estudyante kayo, mataas ang points niya na may konting error ka lang na word na hindi related doon sa personality or hindi related to your experience, bumababa na yung chances of ma-hire ka. So whatever it is your experience, kung related lang sa education yung experiences mo, dapat lahat ng naka-include sa experiences mo is education. If related lang yan sa cellphone repairs, lahat dapat related sa iyong cellphone repairs hanggang sa maging may-ari ka na ng isang shop. So, ganun po yun. Kasi minus point yan. Related to each other or hindi siya inclined to each other. So, that is the first takeaway in writing your application and letter application and your resume. So, sa mga nagsasabi na hindi kaya na magsulat, ang hirap naman yan. It is very impossible. na hindi nyo kilala yung sarili nyo and wala kayong develop na skills pagdating nyo ng what? Immersion at pagsulat. So, dapat kilala nyo na yung sarili nyo. Meron na kayong per dev, meron na kayong oral communication and other subjects that develops already your skills. So, dapat meron na kayong ma-include dyan. So, let's proceed. So, ano nga ba yung purpose ng ating requirements? Number one, this provide personal information and qualities. I won't hire, okay? Hindi ko i-hire ang isang tao, okay? Talaga. Hindi ko i-hire ang isang tao kung kulang yung information or mali sa pangalan pa lang. Spelling pa lang, no? Kaduda-duda na. And then the qualities does not incline or your abilities is not related dun sa gusto kong i-hire na tao. So, dapat, sabi ko nga kanina, as your takeaways, whatever it is included on your paper or your resume, dapat incline yan sa yung objective na ina-apply na trabaho. Okay? And then number two, compliance to company protocol and qualification. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Kasi kailangan natin magpasa ng ating mga requirement, information details, kailangan yan sa mga taxes, no, sa iyong salary, sa iyong DTR, and background check para sa na ginagawa ng ating company or any companies. Okay, kahit malaki yan, maliit yan. It's a protocol and qualification na kailangan magpasa tayo. And then the third purpose is it's a guide in processing your application. Siyempre, sa dami ng applicant, pipili ka lang ng isang best dyan. Right? So, kung pipili ka ng isang best dyan, dapat yung susulat mo dyan, what? Is inclined to your skills already. Kasi kung hindi ka i-hire. Right? Whatever it is you write on your resume, on your cover letter, dapat related and inclined yan to your personality and your social skills and hard skills. Kasi pag hindi, sabi ko sa inyo, in real life, in human resource, kapag may error lang na hindi yan connected, minus point na yun sa'yo. So what are the guidelines in writing your required forms? We already know this ever since, ito na paulit-ulit, we should be specific. Bakit kailangan specific? Siyempre, kailangan specified saan ka graduate na high school, specified anong year, anong month ka natapos, anong month ka nagsimula. Specified din dyan, ano yung specific, your address or your contact number dapat active always. Hindi yung contact number ng nanay mo, contact number ng kapitbahay mo, okay? Email ng jowa mo. Wag po ganon, okay? So, another one for letter M is measurable. Bakit measurable? Kasi all your required forms should include objectives. Okay? Kasi kung wala yung objectives, para saan pa? Bakit ka magtatrabaho, di ba? Kaya ka nagtatrabaho, hindi lang yan para sa pera. Meron kang aim, meron kang mission or specific objective to develop further your skills. So, dapat measurable lang yan. Indicate mo sa cover letter mo, ilang months ka lang magtatrabaho. Indicate mo sa iyong resume or application form, ilang years kang nag-service on specific company. So, everything is measurable, even the salary that you wanted to receive. So, dapat naka-indicate na yon, hindi yung bigla mo sinasyak ang iyong employer na nagbibigay ka ng 100,000 na salary, but you're not competitive enough, no? Maghuhugas ka lang po pala ng plato, then 100,000 na yung salary. So, decline kita. So, the next one is attractive and attainable. Bakit ko sinabing attractive dapat? You should catch the attention of your employer, especially on your cover letter. Importante yon. Also, attainable. Sabi ko kanina, it should include an objective. Okay, so dapat attainable yan. Short term man yan or your long term, include it on your cover letter or your application letter as well. And then reliable and realistic. What do you mean by reliable? Kung mag-indicate ka ng company name or school name, dapat indicate mo rin yung address. Indicate mo rin yung cellphone landline. Indicate mo yung month and year. So, dapat reliable and present time, meron talagang ganong specific company. Okay? And then, kung reliable, dapat syempre realistic. Nangyari talaga. Nag-apply ka doon sa company na yon kasi malalaman nila yon later on. And then, time-bound. Ano ibig sabihin ng time-bound? Sabi ko nga kanina, kung OJT ka, at 3 months ka lang magtatrabaho, include it sa body part ng iyong cover letter. Hindi yung bigla na lang magugulat yung employer mo, hindi ka na pala pumapasok, no? And then, bigla kang papasok. So, nakakagulat yon. So, we're clear on the guidelines. Let's proceed on the, ayan, letter of application. Remember this one, laging mauuna si letter of application or your cover letter. Kasi nakikita dito, ang alin, yung objective mo, ano yung trabaho na gusto mong applyan, and ano yung mga specific qualities mo that is related sa job na ina-applyan mo. Okay? So, cover letter as always, or letter of application, dapat yan yung pinaka-first one. Ganun din pag nag-apply ka ng colleges. Yan yung pinaka-first part. Bago yung resume and application form. So, ano nga ba si letter of application? It's a letter that provides detailed information on why are you qualified for the job you are applying for. Okay? Kasi ganito yan. As an employer, makita ko na iba yung hard skills mo, I won't hire you already. Kasi nga, iba yung hard skills mo sa ina-applyan mong trabaho. So, dun pa lang sa cover letter, I'll decline you. Hindi na ako magpo-proceed sa resume at hindi na ako mag-a-accent ng panahon sa application form mo. Kaya always, una, si cover letter or ang ating application letter. Okay? So, ganun yung pagpasa nyo. And then so it's a letter that introduces you to an employer through a personalized explanation of your qualification and interest in vacant position. Sabi ko nga kanina, dapat naka-indicate dyan kung ano yung position na ina-applyan mo on the body part of your cover letter. Kasi kung wala, sigurado yan 100% hindi na yan papansinin ng any employer or company, lalo na sa human resource, at dami na nag-a-apply niyan. In reality, okay? Pero since ano nga tayo, work immersion, syempre papansinin naman yan kung may ipapasa nga. So here are examples of here is an example of layout ng ating cover letter or application letter. So sa pinakataas or our heading, your header is your name. Merong ibang cover letter na naka-indicate din yung kanilang photo. So iba-iba yon. Pero it is very important na indicated dyan at malaki ang iyong pangalan kesa sa ibang parts ng iyong cover letter or application form. The next one is include the address, your present address. Hindi pwede yung address mo nung una pang panahon, no? Address pa ng nanay mo or address pa ng lola mo, no? Na nasa Mindanao, wag po ganon. Okay? Siyempre, kung malapit ka sa ina-apply mong trabaho, katulad NHC, Work Immersion, dito ka lang sa malapit, ibigay mo yung address mo na malapit kasi the more chance na i-hire ka kasi malapit ka lang, di ba? Eh kung ilalagay mo na Mindanao yan, hindi kita tatanggapin kasi baka, alam mo yon kulang pa ang sahod. So, please include the present address kung nasa ka talaga nakalocate. Also, the contact number. Please, yung contact number mo, hindi yung contact number ng nanay mo, ng jowa mo, katabi mo, kapitbahay. Okay? Kasi trabaho mo to, ikaw yung magtatrabaho. And then the very important one is the email. Kasi nga, why? Wala tayong face-to-face. Bukod doon, anong meron? It is the most important part in US application. Okay? Sa ibang bansa, wala na silang pakialam sa address mo, wala na silang pakialam sa iyong contact number, nag-i-email na lang po sila. And recently, nangyayari na talaga siya dito sa Pilipinas because of our situation. Pero, even before, hindi na sila kumukontact through calls, ganyan. Through emails na lang talaga if they will decline you or process your papers or tatanggapin ka nila. Okay? So, please remember, dapat active yung email mo and your email should include what? Your full name. Hindi yung ano yun? Pogi ako, lala Gmail, yung mga ganyan, no? Huwag po ganon. Dapat ang email mo ay your complete name. Ibig sabihin, okay, as an employer, I will hire you kasi yung pangalan mo, no, maayos. Yung email mo, reliable. Hindi yung maganda ako, ganyan. Guwapo ako at gmail.com. No, wag ganon. Okay? So, be careful on that kasi ayusin nyo na ngayon pa lang yung mga email nyo. So, mag-separate na kayo ng email for trabaho, mag-separate kayo ng email for finances, mag-separate kayo ng email for billings and processes like Meralco and whatsoever. Kasi sa panahon nyo ngayon na ganito yung situation, magagamit nyo yan. Wag na pa bago-bago ng password and whatsoever. So the next one is anong next na layout natin? The date. Sabi nga natin, guideline of your paper, academic paper, dapat what? Time bound. Whatever it is na i-include mo dyan, dapat yung present time. Hindi pwede yung ginawa mo yung resume mo or your cover letter 2 years ago na, hindi mo pa binago, right? So, baguhin mo yan, the exact time na in-email mo, dapat yun lang rin yung naka-include sa iyong date sa cover letter or resume mo. And then the next one is the address. Kaninong address yung makita mo? Dito on the left ba? On the right side. Right side nila, no? Sa right side nyo. Okay. Kaninong naka-address? So, dapat, ang naka-address dyan is yung company. Okay? Kung hindi yung company or school na ina-applyan mo, it should include the human resource office or department. Ibig sabihin ng human resource, sila yung nag-handle ng mga new employee and OJT or intern. Sila yung papasahan mo ng iyong resume and other documents. Okay, wala nang iba, hindi sa ibang department kundi human resource only. Kaya lang work immersion tayo, so si advisor or the school ang ilalagay mong address dyan, and then school name, the address. So, ayan. Yung iba, meron pang naka-indicate na contact number of school. Okay, yung iba, naka-indicate din dyan yung email ng school or email nung ina-applyan mong trabaho. Indicate yun lahat sa iyong right side ng cover letter. Okay, if this is an email, you have to write RE or response. And then proceed on writing your introduction, your body, and the conclusion. Ano makita sa ating introduction? It is the part of your cover letter where yung reader mo magkaka-interest agad basahin ang iyong paper or cover letter. Okay? So ano yun? Dapat naka-include na yung objective. Hindi yung objective mo, ha? Objective nung company na ina-applyan mo. Objective nung school. Okay? And then relate it to your hard skills and your soft skills as well. And then ilang years, any information of past experiences, dapat include mo yan sa iyong introduction. Okay? And then the next one is the body. Anong ilalagay sa iyong body? Sa body part, dito, yan. Yung what can I do for you? Or what can you offer to the company? Ano yung mga hard skill and soft skills that would help the company na ina-applyan mo na lumaki? So ano nga ba yung mga yon? Include mo yung iyong hard skill. Ano ba yung mga hard skills natin? Yun yung mga paggawa mo ng word, yun yung mga typing skills mo. Okay? Yun yung mga, ang tawag dito? Ano pa ba? Kung nagtatrabaho ka sa isang, tawag doon, pabrika, so machinery, handling, so doon ka rin. Kung magaling ka sa AutoCAD or photo editing, it's a hard skill. Pwede mo yan include. So hindi pwedeng wala kayong mailagay eh. Kasi photo editing pa lang, video editing pa lang, it is already part of your hard skills, no? Typing skills pa lang, gaano ka kabilis na subject nyo before. So you may include it on your hard skills. Okay? So include it on your body. Ano pang i-include sa body part ng inyong cover letter or application letter? Include kung ano yung ina-applyan mo na trabaho. Okay? Anong position specifically? Kasi kung walang makita si HR, human resource, or advisor dyan, na ina-applyan mong trabaho, hindi na yan magpo-proceed sa resume mo and application form. Okay? So the next one is finish strong with confidence. So confidence starts with C, no? Conclusion yan, part of your cover letter. Anong meron sa isang conclusion? Ano ang dapat ilagay sa lower part ng iyong cover letter? It should include your reason and interest in applying on specific company or institution. Naka-include po yan sa lower part ng iyong cover letter. Reason and interest. Ano bang interest mo? Bakit napili mo tong kumpanya na to? Bakit ito yung, bakit ka nag-apply sa sa isang milk tea shop or shawarma shop, no? Libre pagkain, ganon. And then the lower part is what? Your name and your signature. It is very important to include your signature. Okay, so that is part of your cover letter or your application letter. Okay, so huwag kakalimutan your email, your address, and contact number, your hard skills and soft skills. So another example of application letter wherein naka-include na yung inyong picture. Merong mga cases na some company require passport size, no, iba-iba. So hindi ko alam, dito ata 2x2. So enough na yon. And please sa image nyo, sa photo na i-upload nyo, wear formal. No, maayos naman yung buhok, bagong gupit, walang kulay. No, kung kaya niyo ipabago, kung may kulay buhok niyo, pabago niyo na yan. Okay? No, wala naman naka-sleeveless, syempre, no? So, the next one is, what is the application form? So, after ng ating application letter is your application form. Anong nilalaman ng isang application form? It is a collection of required personal information from you, a student applicant. So to provide us, as your employer, your fundamentals, what? Hard skills, soft skills, no, abilities and qualities. Okay? Ibig sabihin nun, hindi lang yung hard skills, pati yung mga behavior and character as well, included on your on your resume as your soft skills. So here's an example of application form na makikita nyo later, sisend sa inyo. So anong meron dyan? On the right side, left side siguro sa inyo, no? The desired salary. Include nyo na dyan yung attainable desired salary. Huwag kang mag-expect na maghuhugas ka ng pinggan and then 100,000 ang iyong salary. Okay? Huwag po ganun. In reality, any company will decline. Okay? De-decline ka na agad. Dapat always in the middle ka lang. Yung deserve lang talaga ng skills mo. Okay? Kasi developing ka pa naman eh. And ano ka pa lang, kag-graduate mo pa lang. So position you are applying for. Ano yung position na ina-apply? Managerial ba? food service ba, phone repair ba, ganyan. So, since wala nga tayong face-to-face and hindi tayo lalabas, whatever it is your plan, no, yung gusto mo sana, payagan ka man ng parents mo or hindi payagan, and para doon naman sa mga na-hired na, may mga trabaho ngayon, please include your position dito sa position you are applying for already. And then date available for work. Kailan ka walang pasok, include it as your date available for work. Okay? Kung sa hapon ka walang pasok, Monday to Friday, 1 to 5 p.m. Ganon. And then your last name, as always, required in any legal documents, and then first name, and then middle name. Okay? And then your present address, no, cell phone. Then pagdating natin sa education, paano isusulat yung education? Please, isulat muna yung present time. Kung saan ka nag-aaral ngayon, bago yung elementary, bago yung bago yung high school, bago yung elementary. So yung present school mo, yun yung una mong isusulat. And then pababa na yun. Junior high school and then elementary. Kung meron pang preschool, ilagay mo na. Madagdag lang yan. Kung meron kang mga training in the middle, like junior high school ka and then nag-training ka ng TESDA, include it bago pa yung senior high school year mo. Okay? And then employment. Sino yung mga previous employer mo? Okay? Kanino ka nagtrabaho? Kung merong mga businesses yung mga kamag-anak nyo, okay, you may write it, no, as your employer, and then their business address, include nyo yan dyan. Isip na lang kayo ng kahit anong pay rate nyo. Local pay rate, wag yung dollars, no? Wow naman yun. And then your reference. Paano ilalagay yung reference? Wag po yung kilala mo nung elementary. Dapat yung kilala mo, present time. Hindi yung matagal mo nang kilala, include mo sa iyong application. Dahil pag hindi yan na-contact, in realistic application na talaga sa mga kumpanya, pag hindi yan na-contact, may tendency na i-decline yung paper. Hindi ka ma-hire. So, dapat ang ilalagay mo dyan, yung may present contact na active contact number, and then kilala mo presently. At kilala ka rin, syempre, kasi minsan tatawag yan to evaluate yung mga hard skill and soft skills na indicated sa yung resume kung totoo ba. Kasi nga, sabi natin, your resume should be reliable and realistic. So, syempre, magba-background checking yung mga kumpanya na yan. Okay? And then, lastly, do not forget the signature, your name, and kung kailan mo pinirmahan. Okay? So, that is an example of an application form. Then, the next one is the resume. It's just the same with your application form. Kaya lang, this one is more technical yung details niya. Naka-include na yung soft skills and your hard skills. So, this document is used by student employee to present their background skills. Ma'am, pwede bang yung high school kasi ako, magaling ako sa arts? Yes, you may include it. No? If you are a creative writer, magaling ka sa photo editing, include mo yan lahat. All your accomplishment, part ka ng isang Red Cross team or accomplished group or CIC, include all your accomplishment. Valedictorian ka nung elementary, include all of it hanggang mapuno yan, no? Kasi it is very important to showcase your personality, your characteristics, and your achievement. Kasi nga, mas higher yung percentage na may tendency na mas ma-hire ka pag ganon. Okay? So here's an example of a resume. Ito yung present resume talaga na recently na pinapasa na. No, hindi yung previous na alam mo yun, parang draft lang, pero ito talaga yung resume na pinapasa. Ganito na siya. Ito na yung mga nire-require ng mga private company na itsura ng isang resume. So your name should include yung photo, pwede yung left or right, pwede yan magkabaliktad, left or right, pwede. As long as dapat yan yung nilalaman ng iyong resume. Of course, your name always, yung pinakamalaki na font. And then sa baba ng name, kung makikita nyo, social media manager. That is the position na ina-applyan niya. Okay? Iyan na yung position na ina-applyan niya. So, ibig sabihin, kung ako si employer, makita ko agad na ito yung ina-applyan mo, alam ko na. Okay? Kaya, in-include yan sa tabi ng iyong pangalan para makita agad. And then the lower part is your objective. Anong nilalaman ng isang objective? Siyempre, no? Siyempre, your specific goals, no, na naka-include dyan. Your objective, bakit itong company na to yung ina-applyan mo. So, include everything as your objective. And then, the work experience. Sabi ko nga kanina, dapat kung ano yung ina-applyan mo, dapat related yung work experience mo. Kasi meron lang isa dyan na hindi related is already a minus point na ma-hire ka. Okay? So, sabi dito, ina-apply mo social media manager. And then your experience is social media producer and communication intern. Kung mapapansin mo, everything is related. At kung nakikita mo yung years as well, no, 2013, 2014. 2012, 2013. Walang space na pahinga dyan. Ay, okay, hindi mo na magtatrabaho ng 1 year. Matutulog lang muna ako, pagod na ako. Wala pong ganun kasi it's a minus point to your resume. And as an employer, hindi ita tatanggapin kung nagpahinga ka. Okay, ang tatanggapin ko yung consistent na nagtatrabaho kasi that person is consistently acquiring knowledge and develop skills. Pero kung namahinga ka dyan, sigurado yan, meron kang mas magaling yung isa kaysa sa'yo. Okay? So, kung tingnan nyo paigi yung layout niya, ano yung position niya, naka-include unang-una, malaki po yun. And then sa baba ng position is the specific company name or school. And then after that is anong buwan nagsimula, anong buwan natapos, anong year nagsimula, and then anong year natapos. And then on the lower part, is the responsibility and job description. Ano yung mga responsibility niya? Ano yung responsibility mo while doing the, while you were hired as a social media producer? Kahit yung sumagot ka lang ng telephone, include it as your work experience or work responsibility. Or gumawa ka ng isang event, include it as your work responsibility. So, paulit-ulit lang yung work experience. Ulitin ko, dapat yung unahin yung present time, always bago yung latter. Okay? So, kung nakita niyo, 2014, bago yung 2012. And then, ganun din yung education. Present time, ano yung kinuha mong course, ano yung level of education, junior high school ba, senior high school ba, okay? And then sa baba nun is anong school ka graduate nun. And then ilang years kang nag-aral ng junior high school. And then what is your grade. Minsan, hindi na sinasama yung grade. Pero syempre, it's an advantage for you na include mo yan. And then the lower part is the awards and certificates. Usually, sa ibang company, wala nang awards. Certificates na lang. Okay, kasi matagal na sila nagtatrabaho. But since senior high school kayo, include all the awards. Since you were junior high school or elementary, as long as merong year yan, saan nyo nakuha, ano yung napanalunan nyo, best in what, okay? Or valedictorian ka, include it all. Okay, and then on the left side, pwede rin ito ilagay sa right side. What are your professional skills? Professional skills are your hard skills. Ito yung tinatawag ko, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, typing skills. Okay, gano'ng kakabilis mag-type. What else? Photo editor ka ba? Video editor ka ba? Nagsisales ka sa online. So, include as, ilagay mo dyan ay multimedia advertiser or business strategies. Those were your professional skills or hard skills. So, yun yung mga tinatawag nating objective skills. Ibig sabihin, objective na obserbahan mong ginagawa. Objective. So kung di mo naobserbahan, it's not part of your objective, nandun siya sa personal skills, which is your subjective, okay? Yung sinasabi ng ibang tao sa'yo, those were your personal skills. Doon na pumapasok yung consistency, no? Team player, your motivation, your creative spirit, reliable. So doon na lahat sa personality and behavior, see personal skills or your soft skills. And then lastly, your contact number, your email. Ulitin ko yung email, Wag po kung ano-anong pangalan yan. And then present contact number, ano yung contact number nyo, and your social, kasi nga sabi ko, lately nagiging, ang tawag dito? It's a system na nagba-background, sanay na yung mga kumpanya na mag-background check. Lalo na yung government. Inaalam nila, even your Facebook, kung may pinost ka dyan before, nakikita nila yan. Kung may pinost ka sa TikTok, nakikita nila yan kahit hindi ibigay, pangalan mo pa lang, i-search na nila yan. Whatever it is you post on Twitter, nakikita na rin nila yan, ng iyong employer na ina-apply yan. So be careful on posting on your TikTok and whatsoever. Kasi pag nag-apply kayo, it is already recorded. Diba? Yun. Oh, totoo yun, ma'am eh. So the next one is, so nakita nila doon pag sinisiraan mo yung isang kumpanya na pinagtrabahuan mo, no? Or may issue ka doon, nakikita nila yon. So saan nga ba natin kailangan these requirements? Kailangan natin siya sa job interview, sa OJT, no? On the job training, kailangan natin siya sa application sa college, university as a freshman applicant or masteral. Kailangan rin natin siya sa reclassification of position. Ibig sabihin, kung mababa yung position mo before, no, manager ka before, mag-apply ka sa supervisor, you have to make a cover letter or your application letter, application form, and your resume. So that's it. That's all for the requirements. So pag meron kayong question, tanong lang si advisor or send ng message. Okay na po. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, virtual class para po kay Ma'am Muriel. So, sige po.
20 minutes ba yun?
Tatanggalin na ni Ma'am yung presentation niya for a while. Okay, there you have it. So, kamusta kayo po dyan? Baka naman yung iba nakahiga na, yung iba papikit na po dyan.
Tulo na yung laway, sir.
Sige nga, gusto ko nga makita yung virtual hand nila sa lahat po ng STEM. Gusto ko nga po makita, grade 12 STEM. Where are you? Pakipindot nga po yung raise hand if you are there. Oh, si Carl, talaga naka-open pa ang camera. Very good. Ibrahim, very good. Okay, thank you. So, ibig sabihin, kahit nakahiga habang nagluluto o anumang ginagawa, nakikinig pa rin sila. How about grade 12 guys? Where are you? Okay. Okay, meron na po. Nasaan po yung mga grade 12 guys dyan? Please push the button of raise hand. Okay, thank you. Yan. Buhay pa rin sila. How about grade 12 Yums? Where are you? Grade 12 Yums, go. Nandito ang advisor ninyo. Talaga hanggang ngayon, talagang very supportive talaga siya sa inyo. O yan. O tingnan mo, tatalon pa talaga si Sir Lupo. Dahil dyan. How about you, grade 12 TVL? Both ICT and HE. Where are you? Yan, yung persa nyo daw, ang kailangan. O yan, thank you, Michelle. O naka-open pa ang camera niya. How about grade 12 ABM? Naka-tiger look na si ma'am, yung advisor niya. Ay wow, ma'am. Halos lahat sila talagang nakaantabay pa din. Now, how about this? Would you mind to put in the chat box, what is, tingnan natin kung may natatandaan, what is the title or the concept of Ma'am Rojas? Sige nga po, kung sino ang unang 5 na pwede mag-type, meron daw po silang additional points direct to the card. Sige nga po. Nakaantabay ang mga advisor dyan. What is the concept or the title discussed by Mrs. Rojas? Let's see. Kahit po hindi eksakto, understanding work immersion, very good. Spatter, paki-check po para po may additional points daw po. Nangunguna po si Carvajal, Laparan, Hobilianos. Wow, ang dami. Thank you. Ay, hindi. Yung thank you na yun, may karampatang points. A big thank you daw. Okay, Spatter, i-screenshot yan later. How about the concept of discussed by Ma'am Muriel? Sige, +5. Direct to the hypothalamus. Direct to your hypothalamus. Ay, work ethics. Wow, patenyo. Thank you. Ngayon, yung mga questions po ninyo dyan later, sasagutin. As much as possible, mas maganda po may tanong. Sabi daw po nila, pinagkasunduan daw dito. Sana nga kung may pinagkasunduan. May additional points din daw po yun. So as of this moment, we have 2 questions already. So mamaya po sasagutin natin yan. Thank you, Disomno, Mark Santos, and so on. Now at this point in time, as much as possible, nandyan pa rin po yung ballpen, nandyan pa rin po yung inyong scratch paper or a sheet of paper para po dun sa inyong mga i-jot down. Kasi po napaka-importante po ito, aside from the recorded video, mas maganda po na meron kayong sinulat dyan para direct to the point. Makita nyo kaagad kung ano mga dapat ninyong gawin. Now, at this point in time, nandito naman po yung susunod natin. It's already 11:05. So, somehow, yung iba sa inyo, medyo kumukulo na yung tiyan dahil hindi pa nag-almusal, dahil excited kanina. No, now, ngayon po, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po. So, I'm calling the attention of our next speaker, the grade 12 TVL advisor. She's none other than Mrs. Geraldine D. Raimundo. Introducing and the teacher of the online interview. Take note for concepts that Ma'am Geraldine will discuss about. Okay? Ma'am Je?
Yes, sir. So, hello. Kamusta?
Ma'am, ang ganda mo ka.
Ma'am, ang ganda mo po.
Wow,
Maganda rin.
wow, tingnan mo, ang dami
May
nag-react.
nag-comment?
Ma'am, ganda mo, ma'am.
So, may
Ma'am,
may
kailangan
points
nila
ka na.
kailangan nila ng ano mo, additional points mo, ma'am.
Oo, sige. 10 points yung mga nag-comment na maganda ako. Okay, so joke lang. Kamusta naman ang kalagayan ng utak ninyo? Bombarded na ba kayo sa mga gagawin? Okay, wala pa po yan. Nasa 1/4 pa lang tayo talaga ng work immersion. Okay. Meron na ba akong screen?
Yes, ma'am.
May pinipresent na ako. Okay, thank you. Okay, so ang topic na naka-assign sa akin ay job interviewing skills. So bakit kaya may interview pa? Diba? Hindi pa naman kami mag-a-apply talaga ng trabaho. Pero from the word work immersion, diba? So makikisalamuha, pamuhay, pag sinabing immersion, or i-experience niyo yung totoong senaryo ng isang trabaho. Diba? So yun dapat ang maisip natin dito sa subject natin ngayong second sem, which is the work immersion. Okay? So, ayan, job interviewing skills. So kaya may skills doon, 'di ba? Talagang it can be learned, 'di ba? Okay, so hindi naman tayo impromptu na ora-orada interviewin kayo ng walang ano-ano, 'di ba? So skills 'yan na pag-aaralan 'yan. So ito po yung dapat nating gawin, mga dapat gawin before, during, and after the interview. Okay, so nakatatlong hati po yan. Before the interview, what will be the preparation? During the interview, and after the interview, ano po ba ang dapat namin gawin? Okay, so huwag natin isipin na hindi totoo tong interview na mangyayari. So dapat ilagay natin yung sarili natin sa situation kung saan totoong mag-a-apply tayo ng trabaho at kailangan yung ma-win yung job o yung position na talagang gustong-gusto ninyo. Okay? Yan. So, interview skills. So, skills nga can be learned. So, job interview should be a process of two-way communication. Okay, communication po siya. Hindi lang po manggagaling doon sa interviewer or sa inyo ang information. It should be two-way. So, the purpose of job interview is to determine if the applicant in front of you or if you are qualified for the applied position. Okay? So, fit ba ako dito sa position na to? Okay, so malalaman mo rin yan sa job interview. Hindi lang yung pinapakaba ka, di ba? So, two-way communication po to para makapagbigay ng information for the interviewer if you are qualified for their company or for the position na ina-applyan mo. Ngayon, ikaw din, ma-assess mo yung sarili mo, nako, hindi pala ako qualified dito, di ba? So, siguro, sa susunod na lang na another position na lang yung a-applyan ko. Okay? So, next. Okay, so before the interview, you should prepare your place for online interview. So, alam ko naman na may workplace tayo sa bahay. Tama ba? Okay, kung saan gumagawa kayo ng module at nag-online class kayo. Okay, so dapat i-prepare natin yung place ulit na yon para sa darating na online interview. So, do a trial before the interview. Pag sinabing trial, i-check ninyo yung camera ninyo, yung headset ninyo, yung microphone ninyo, kung lahat ba ay gumagana. So, pwede nyo tawagan ang classmate ninyo and then mag-check kayo kung naririnig kayo and at the same time, nakikita ba kayo. Okay? So, kasi kapag gumagamit tayo ng computer, usually pag gumamit tayo ng headset, yung iba walang microphone. So, dapat may jack yun, dalawa, for microphone and for speaker. Okay? So, next is, the ideal background is tidy. Ayan. So, since nasa bahay tayo, hindi natin, tawag dito, kontrolado ito, no? Pero kahit napakaliit lang na space na kung saan natin yung pinakamalinis na parte ng bahay natin, free from distraction at hindi maingay, and also well-lighted yung room, dun tayo pumwesto. Okay? Tapos, ang tamang position dapat ng camera ay mid-shot. So, kung nakikita nyo ko ngayon sa screen, ayan. So, siguro mga 1 metro ang layo from your computer or cellphone to you. Ayan. So, mga 1 metro or isang kalahating dipa. Ayan. So, para kita po yung kalahati ng katawan natin. Okay? Kasi para makita yung gesture ng kamay ninyo, yung buong appearance ninyo dun sa screen. So, kung makikita nyo dun sa PowerPoint ko, ganyan dapat ang magiging itsura. Diba? Okay, kalahati ng katawan natin nakikita sa screen. Okay po ba tayo doon? Okay, so gumawa ng trial ha. Do a trial before the interview po. Okay, i-set up yung camera, yung microphone at ang speaker. Ayan, doon sa workplace na gagamitin. At huwag kalimutan na well-lighted. Kasi kung hindi, baka kahit anong postura nyo, kaganda ng inyong outfit, sa interview schedule nyo ay hindi rin makita ng interviewer, di ba? Sayang naman kasi kasama po sa score sheet ang inyong itsura o yung inyong dress, di ba? Yung inyong dress code. Okay, so after that, research the company. So, ang bawat company may mga website, di ba? So, excellent place yun to begin before the interview. Okay, syempre, ang tanong doon, paano mo nalaman ang aming company, di ba? Sino nagsabi sa inyo? Paano nyo nalaman na hiring dito? So, research for the company. Okay? So, dapat well-informed din kayo about the position or saan ba or ano yung position na hinihingi doon sa company na yon. Okay? Yun, may manok pa, no? Nagigising lang ba ng iba? Okay, so next, practice interviews. Okay, as much as possible, if you can write down all the possible questions that you may think be asked during the interview. So, gawin ninyo, okay? Para lang maging praktisado tayo sa nalalapit na interview. So, pwede kayo mag-body-body ng inyong kaklase. Diba? Sabi niya, ito yung mga possible questions. Ibibigay namin sa inyo yung mga possible questions na ibibigay during interview, and then practicein ninyo. And then, subukan yung tawagan yung isa nyong classmate o yung kabady ninyo kung gaano na siya ka-prepared. Diba? So, ganun po. So, hindi ito impromptu. So, kailangan talagang paghandaan. Okay? Okay? So, dyan pa ba kayo? Pwedeng magtaas ng kamayan. Aha. Okay, so, nabawasan tayo ng 4. Okay, so after practicing the interview questions, you should dress professionally. Okay? Okay, sa ibang company, pwede nyo i-contact yung HR manager or tumawag kayo before the interview kung meron ba silang nire-required na dress code. Yan. Pero since kami yung mga teachers ninyo yung magiging interviewer, so magpe-prepare po tayo ng tawag dito ng mga professional dress o tinatawag natin na dress pants. Yan. So hindi na siya yung traditional na naka-coat and tie kayo. Okay, so pwede namang pants, yung mga tinatawag nating corporate attire. So, as you can see dun sa PowerPoint, diba? So, yan yung mga suggested dress for interview. Okay? So, dahil kalahati lang yung makikita sa screen, so okay lang na hindi naman naka-panty or naka-short na pambahay, as long as itong kalahati, di ba? Naka kayo blazer. So dapat may pa-blazer kayo, di ba? Yung mga ukay natin diyan ilabas na. Okay? So kung may mga try niyo nang mag-mix and match katulad ng ginawa ko kanina umaga. Kaya naghanap ng pwedeng paggamit sa araw na to, di ba, sa program na to. So, mag-mix and match na kayo. Tingnan nyo na. Pero, sa face-to-face talaga na interview, from head to toe ang preparation. Okay? So, hanggang mula sa buhok, sa damit, sa blouse, sa pants, hanggang sa sapatos. Okay? So, ngayon lang to dahil pandemic. So, kalahati lang yung pwede ninyong i-prepare. Pero sa totoong buhay, sa interview, meron tayong tinatawag na tawag dito, screening. So, pag sinabing screening, first part yon ng interview kung saan titingnan kayo from head to toe kung nakagayat ba kayo ng tama or base doon sa ina-apply ninyong trabaho. Okay? So, may screening. Okay, next is arrival. Yan. So, magbibigay sa inyo ng schedule yung mga advisor ninyo ng day and time ng interview ninyo. So, 5 minutes or 10 minutes before your time, kailangan nakaantabay na kayo. Okay? So, may link na ibibigay and then dapat nakaantabay na talaga kayo. Okay? So, hindi po pwede na malilate pa kayo dun sa interviewer or pag-aantayin natin ang interviewer. Okay? Pero kung talagang may mga senaryo na hindi maiiwasan or instances na may nangyaring nawala ng internet, di ba? Or iba pang dahilan, pwede nyo namang i-inform ahead of time si interviewer. Okay? Teacher nyo naman ang interviewer dito sa NHC. So, kung alam nyo kung sino yung mag-i-interview sa inyo, i-inform mo si teacher. Okay? Na malilate lang po ako ng ilang minuto dahil po naputulan po kami ng internet. Magbabayad pa lang po kami ngayon. Okay? So, pwede naman ganun, ha? Okay. So hindi dapat maging late. Kasi kumbaga assessment ka agad yun eh. Kumbaga interview pa lang kung late ka na, what more pa kaya pagka na-hire ka na, di ba? Kumbaga yung interview na yan, yun yung time para magpa-impress tayo. Okay? Next is Ayan. During the interview na tayo. So sana maliwanag yung mga preparation natin before the interview. Ulitin ko ulit ha. So dapat prepare your workplace for on the interview. Ayan. Mag-research ng company, yung ina-apply yung company. Okay? I-practice yung mga possible questions. Practicing sagutin yung mga possible questions, then dress professionally, then arrive on time. Okay? So, during the interview naman, so naniniwala ba kayo sa first impressions last? Or naniniwala kayo sa love at first sight?
Medyo.
Medyo. Basta may love talaga, yun ang pinaniniwalain nyo no? Oo Okay, so sabi ko nga, di ba, nagki-create tayo ng magandang impression sa ating mga interviewer, di ba? Kasi pagka, alam nyo ba yun, pag na-bad trip na yung isang tao sa unang tingin pa lang, kahit wala pang ginagawa, parang anything na pwedeng, anything na gawin nun para mawin ulit yung kanyang yung rapport, di ba? Para ang hirap na. So, mag-i-establish tayo ng rapport by sustaining eye contact, firm handshake, and warm smile. So, ganun din yung good posture. So, dapat maganda yung posture ninyo, hindi kayo nakaslouch, di ba? Is introducing yourself in a confident manner. Okay, so pwede po yung hand gesture as long as hindi naman masasapawan yung mukha nyo, ha? Huwag yung sobrang sobrang maraming hand gesture. Okay? Okay, next is, so, always maintain an eye contact. Diba? Sa face-to-face, kapag hindi online interview, kailangan talagang makikipag-handshake ka sa isang interviewer. It should be firm. Diba? Firm dapat, at hahawakan yung maigi with matching smile at nakatingin ka sa mata ng interviewer. Okay? So, ibig sabihin talagang kailangan willing ka. Parang pinapakita mo na agad na willing kang ma-interview sa kanilang company. Okay? So, since hindi tayo makakapag-handshake, ang pwedeng ipalit natin doon, magnanod ka. Okay? So, magbabaw ka ng slightly. Yan. Sabi ko, good morning, ma'am. So, ako po si ganyan. Okay, so may kasamang nod and at the same time smile and then eye contact. Okay? Oh, wait lang na. Doon ka muna. Doon ka muna, Ralph. May sumisingit sa aking tabi. Okay, wala kasing bantay sa bahay kaya dinala ko. Okay, so during the interview, ayan, so nasabi ko na yung smile. So, don't be afraid to use some hand animation while answering the questions. Kasi kapag may hand gesture ka, meaning parang nagsasuggest yun ng enthusiasm. Pero wag lang super or wag lang OA. Okay, next is during the interview. Okay, during the interview, tinitingnan din ng interviewer yung ating body language. So, use good posture. So, as you can see, dun sa picture, di ba, talagang straight yung back niya. And then, mas maganda kung meron kayong table kung saan pwede nyo ipatong yung kamay ninyo. Okay, kasama kasi yan sa ino-observe ng interviewer. Kung nakikinig ka or ayan. So, mas maganda nakapatong siya. Side kasi yun ng confidence. So, sit up straight, kapag ini-interview. Hindi kayo nakatayo or naka-selfie. Okay? So, sabi ko nga, i-set up ninyo yung workplace ninyo kung saan nakaupo kayo, isang metro ang layo ng computer or ng inyong cellphone sa inyo para kita hanggang kalahati. Okay? Next, speak clearly. So, speak with assurance. So, since na-practice ninyo yung mga questions, di ba? Alam nyo na, di ba? So, alam nyo na kung paano sasagutin yung mga questions ni interviewer. Kita mo na din. Okay. Okay, so listen before answering. Okay, so minsan kasi natataranta yung mga estudyante kapag nagtatanong na si interviewer. So listen first, then don't be afraid to take some time to think before you answer the question. Okay? Tsaka kung hindi nyo narinig or hindi nyo gaanong naintindihan, huwag din kayo matakot na magtanong ulit na, okay, so, pardon please, so please repeat the question. Yan, okay lang yun. Hindi naman nangangagat si interviewer. Okay, magtanong kung hindi talaga naintindihan. And then, give brief answers. Ha? Brief lang. Okay, yung mga questions, okay, natawa lang ako. Okay, so make your answer concise and to the point. So, ibibigay naman namin yung mga sample questions and then gawan nyo siya ng answer ninyo na concise and direct to the point. Okay? Huwag nang pahabain na parang essay, no? Nagbabasa na kayo ng kung ano. So, dapat direct to the point. Okay? Be truthful. So, don't lie when asked about something you haven't done. Bakit? Kasi maybe the next question will be, tell us about it. Diba? Mamaya, mapasubo kayo. Ma'am, alam ko po ito. I know that job, the position, ganyan. Tapos yung pala, sige nga, paka-explain sa akin. Baka mapasubo kayong ganun. So, pwede namang magsabi ng totoo na hindi nyo alam. Diba? Next. Pero, since nga ibibigay na namin yung mga questions, diba? So, aralin nyo na. Next, keep things at professional level. Ayan. So, professional level. Don't let this comfortable feeling lead you to telling them something about yourself that they really shouldn't know. Okay? Yung mga hindi kailangan sabihin, huwag nyo na sabihin po. Okay? Kasi pagka medyo tumatagal na yung interview, medyo nakakapag-create na kasi kayo ng rapport, di ba? Doon sa kausap. So, parang napapalagay ka na. So, wag masyadong mapalagay kasi baka makapagkwento kayo, maikwento nyo na yung kapitbahay nyo, ganyan. Diba? So, dapat professional level lang. Kung ano yung tinatanong, siya lang din yung sasagot nyo. Okay? Next. So, during the interview, okay na tayo doon. Okay? Then, after the interview, ayan. So, back in touch, magtanong kayo, kailan yung follow-up or kailan po malalaman yung tawag dito, kung kailan ba dapat ini-expect ka na bumalik para sa kanilang decision. Paano ko po ba malalaman kung tanggap na ako? Diba? So, pwede nyo itanong yun after the interview. Then, sa iba kasi, ayan, nagbibigay sila ng business card. So, since nandun naman yung resume ninyo, diba, andun yung mga contact numbers ninyo, kaya okay na yun. Okay? Next is, thank the interviewer. So, wag natin i-underestimate yung importance of saying thank you, di ba? Kasi, yun yung pinaka-conclusion okay. So, parang matapos na yung interview, okay? And then, yan, follow up. So, after the interview, you need to call the company or minsan sinasabi nila, wag nyo kaming tawagan, kami ang tatawag sa inyo. So, meaning, pag di na kayo tinawagan, that's the time na maghanap na ulit kayo ng ibang company na pag-a-applyan. Diba? Ibig sabihin nun, hindi kayo natanggap. Okay? Minsan naman, nagpo-post sila or nag-i-email sila sa sa employee o yung sa mga in-interview nila na ikaw ay qualified na for this position. So, congratulations. Ganyan. So, pag wala talaga, so pwede ka mag-follow up through phone call or check lagi po yung email. And then, ayan, do not give up. In case talaga na hindi ka nakalusot sa interview, okay, so ano lang yun? Tawag dito, stepping stone mo lang yon para sa mga susunod pang mas malaking position siguro yung nakalaan sa iyo, di ba? So, dapat apply lang ng apply hanggang mawin mo yung iyong dream position, okay, sa company. Okay. May question po ba tayo dyan? Anak ko kami.
Hello.
Okay, so let's continue.
Hello.
Kulit. Kulit. Pwede po maglagay ng background sa likod. Background sa likod ng alin? Background ng ano? Katulad ba nung ginagawa ko? Nasa office ako. Pwede po. Diyan sa Google Gmail ninyo. Sa Google Meet natin. Meron dyan sa tatlong button sa right side. Okay. Ay. Doon ka muna, Mac. Muna. Okay. Wait, ayaw na tuloy gumana. Okay, so these are the general questions or common questions na may experience niyo or maririnig nyo during interview. So, pwede nyo i-screenshotan. Okay. Okay, and then yung mock job interview questions. Okay, dito kasi sa mock job interview, dito kukuha sila teacher o yung mga interviewer ng mga unique questions. Okay? So, isisend din namin yan sa inyo. Okay, ayan po. About leadership, about creative thinking, behavioral, and interpersonal skills questions. Okay. So, ayan. So, nakikita nyo ba yung job interview score sheet sa screen? Okay. So, during the interview, dapat na i-send niyo yung inyong resume. Ayan. So, electronic resume or soft copy lang naman ang kailangan. Okay? So, ito po yung score sheet. Ang pinakamataas ay 4, which is excellent. Then, 1 yung pinakamababa, needs improvement. So, eto na po, papakita na namin sa inyo kung ano yung mga gigradan. So, makakapag-prepare kayo talaga ng bonggang-bongga. Number 1, warm greetings with a smile and good posture. Okay? Yung nasabi ko sa inyo, kung pagbukas pa lang ng camera, pagtawag ni interviewer at nakitang nakasmile na kayo, at naka-straight body kayo, for agad to. Diba? Kung hindi nyo pa nabubuksan, so nakasmile na dapat kayo. Para pag open, nakasmile agad siya. Okay. Okay, so introduction. So mag-i-introduce ka, di ba? Papakilala mo yung sarili mo. Dapat eye contact. So iwasan yung tumingin sa screen niyo. Kasi baka mamaya tingin kayo ng tingin sa screen, tinitingnan nyo kung maganda kayo sa screen. Pero hindi kayo nakatingin dun sa camera mismo. So, dapat sa camera. Kung nasaan po yung camera, doon kayo titingin para talaga makapag-establish kayo ng eye-to-eye contact dun sa interviewer ninyo. Okay po? Hindi sa screen nakatingin, kundi sa camera. Okay, next, dress appropriately for the job. Yan. So, nakitang naka-corporate attire kayo, may pa-blazer ang lola mo, maayos ang buhok, malinis, naka-lip tint, di ba? Pwedeng mag-makeup ng very, very light lang, ha? Light lang. Huwag naman yung super bongga. Mas maganda ka pa sa interviewer. Naku, may insecure si interviewer. Bibigyan ka ng 3. Hindi, bawal yung sobrang, sobrang kapal ng makeup. Sakto lang ba? Okay, send resume before the interview. So, sabi ko nga, before the interview, dapat nakapag-send na kayo ng resume. Kasi inaaral po yan ng ating mga interviewer. Doon kasi sila huhugot ng kanilang mga ng questions nila or ng unique questions nila sa inyo. Okay? Number 5, ayan. Once na nasagot ninyo yung question number 1, ayan, what would you like me to know most that is not on your resume? Kasi pag ilagay na, tell me about yourself, parang baka kasi isagot nyo din yung nasa resume nyo din. So, ano yung pwede nyo pang sabihin na hindi nasusulat sa inyong resume? Number 6, answer question number 2. Once na na-answeran nyo yan, magiging 4 ka. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Okay. Pwede nyo nang sagutan yan sa mga susunod na araw para maging ready. Then answer question number 3. Suppose you are in a situation where deadlines and priorities change frequently and rapidly, how would you handle it? Okay, so what's the satisfies the interviewer? Okay, 4. And then, sabi ko nga sa inyo, tawag dito, magbabase rin si interviewer dun sa answer ninyo kung magbibigay siya ng follow-up o masasatisfy siya dun, mag-a-undergo ka na sa next question. Okay? Then, where do you see yourself 4 to 5 years from now? And then, describe an ideal work environment. Okay? Ayan. Ability to answer a unique question to be asked by the interviewer. So, yan yung follow-up or isa dun sa mock questions, mock interview questions na ibigay namin sa inyo. Okay? Body language, ayan, yung sit-ups straight, yung eye contact, smiles, and answering questions with enthusiasm. Ayan. So, number 12, ending the interview. Ayan. Paano ba natin i-end yung interview? Okay. By thanking the interviewer. Ayan. Magbabaw kayo ng slight lang. And, ayun. Tapos na ang interview ninyo. Okay. So, pwede kayong magtanong then sa interviewer ninyo kung kailan dapat mag-follow up. So, eto po yung rubric natin. So, yung score sheet na yan, merong 40 to 48 na ang ibig sabihin ay you are qualified. Okay, so if you got 40 to 48 score, qualified ka for the position na in-applyan nyo. Then, kapag ang score ninyo ay 26 to 39, ayan, for consideration, wala tayong intervention, ma'am Nadine, no, na gagawin doon sa FC. Okay na daw yun. Ibig sabihin, okay lang. Carry lang. Okay? Then, pag nakakuha kayo ng 0 to 25, ayan. Ibig sabihin, ito yung gagawin nyo po. You're going to make a 2 to 3 minutes video introducing yourself and answering the given questions doon sa score sheet interview or interview score sheet. Nakuha nyo po ba? Ulitin ko, kapag ang naging score nyo during interview ay 0 to 25 points, ayan. So, kayo ay gagawa ng 2 to 3 minute video kung saan ini-introduce ninyo yung sarili ninyo at sinasagot ninyo ng dire-diretso yung questions na given dyan sa job interview score sheet. Clear po ba tayo doon? And then, i-send nyo na agad sa inyong interviewer via FB Messenger or pwedeng email. So, kaya naman pag 2 to 3 minutes lang, pwede ng FB Messenger. Okay? Okay, so, interview procedure. Quiet. Quiet. Okay, so, ito yung procedure na mangyayari sa online interview ninyo. Okay, number 1, your online interview schedule will be announced by your advisor in your group chat. Okay, merong gagawing schedule, 2-day interview, or 2 days po kasi yung mangyayaring interview. That will be on February 24 and February 26. So, malalaman nyo kung day 1 ba kayo, sa February 24 ba kayo, or February 26. Ayan, sa tulong ng inyong advisor. Okay, so mag-antabay po kayo sa group ninyo, sa Messenger, kung kailan kayo nakaschedule. Okay po? And then, the interviewer will create a Google Meet link and forward it to you. Okay, pwede rin naman na kung hindi kaya yung Google Meet, pwede rin namang FB or video call via FB Messenger. Okay, tatawagan kayo ng inyong interviewer dun sa given time or sa scheduled time ninyo, sa day and time na naka-schedule sa inyo. Okay, so the duration of the interview is 10 minutes. Actually, 5 minutes lang yung interview, pero yung remaining 5 minutes, yun yung time pagpasok ninyo sa link and at the same time yung paglabas. Okay, para merong konting, kasi magkaroon pa ng technical problem, hindi ka marinig, maayos pa. Okay? So yung duration is 10 minutes lahat-lahat. And then, after your interview, yung mga qualified students, ipopost sa ating Google Classroom or via Messenger within the day. So lahat ng maipopost na pangalan, ayan, meaning kayo po ay nakapasa sa online interview. Ngayon, kung hindi nyo makikita yung pangalan ninyo, kayo po yung qualified or kayo po yung gagawa ng 2 to 3 minute video na nag-i-introduce ng sarili at sinasagot yung mga questions or interview questions na nandyan sa job interview score sheet. Okay po ba tayo doon? So, wag sasama ang loob. Meron namang dapat gawin para makapasa kayo. Okay? Okay ba tayo doon? Pwede mag-raise ng hand, eh? So, ready na po ba kayo for online interview? Ready? Ready na po ba? Okay. So good luck. At sana mawili nyo yung inyong dream position sa company. Okay? Adja. Good
Thank
luck.
you, Ma'am Siguro wala na silang choice, kundi kailangan na nilang gawin yan.
Yes,
Ready na po sila.
Oo, walang choice eh.
So, ibig sabihin mga 98,000 viewers, talagang lahat sila handa na.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Je.
So,
Hindi ako nag-open ng camera kasi gusto mo po kami i-open ko, i-grade yun na ako, Ma'am Je. Kasi sabi niyo naka-ayos. Tapos pagka-open ng camera, baka nakangiti.
Ako, ganun po.
Ano number ko?
Ed.
Ay, very good. So, 10 ako instead of 4. So, mas mataas pa sa ina-expect ko. Now, siguro sa iba dyan, inaantok na nabubuto. Pwede naman kayong lumuya. Hindi naman kayo nakapin ng So, sabi nga daw, kailangan, pwede po ba ng background? Yes. Pwede po ba na may headdress? Siguro hindi na kailangan ng headdress, no? Baka mas nakafocus na tayo sa headdress. Tapos yung pag na-nod down ninyo, wag naman masyadong yung walang control, may pag nod down ninyo, pagka gano'n ninyo, duguan na kayo. Okay? So at this point, kailangan nakafocus kayo sa kung anong gagawin niyo sa job interview. Hanggat maaari, eto, naka-ready na. May nag-open na ng camera, ready na siya, si Arian Rubia. Ready na siya sa ngayon. So, pwede na natin siyang i-online interview. By the way, so habang nag-aayos po yung susunod nating speaker, nakita ko lang po sa chat box, puro kay Ma'am Je lang. Siguro nangailangan sila, Ma'am Je. Ang pretty talaga ni Ma'am ngayon. Blooming, ha ha ha. Michelle, parang hindi ko alam kung blooming talaga kasi parang may joke pa, ha ha ha. Sana all maganda. Okay, tignan natin susunod. Mas isa rin to sa maganda eh. Okay? By the way, you need to be informed that you always be punctual. Okay po? So hanggat maaari, kung kayo po ay mas maaga pa, wala pa yung link, nandiyan na kayo nakaantabay, the better. Okay? Now let's proceed to our next speaker. So she is the dedicated and industrious, and of course, one of the beautiful ladies pa din na the focal person of the senior high school. Baka hindi nyo pa kilala. She's none other than Mrs. Bernardine R. Oray to discuss the e-portfolio. Ma'am Oray? Okay. 1, 2, 3, pakak. Yan. May nag-raise ng hand, ma'am. Wala pang tanong, mayroon na nakataas ng kamay. Ma'am, napaka-controversial ng inyong discussion. Proud na proud, advisor ko daw yan. Wow.
Okay. Tapusin lang natin. Go, Ma'am Oray. Go.
Good morning, na malapit lang good afternoon. Ano na ba, naririnig na ba ako? Yung presentation ko ba nakikita na?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Kasi hindi ko nakikita eh. Ayun, okay. Kailangan ko palang lakihan. So today, I will be discussing the e-portfolio. So we're done with, ano na tayo, nasa 80%, pag natapos ko to, 80% na ng discussion natin yung nagagawa natin. So dahil hindi ko pa natatapos, siguro nasa 70 pa lang tayo. So these are the other requirements, no, i-discuss ko. Siyempre, ito yung pinaka-importante or highlight din ng ating gagawin. We will know more of the portfolio, which will be our accomplishment, your individual accomplishment. So, meron kayong group output, meron din pong individual, and this is an individual output for work immersion. So let's start with the discussion of work immersion e-portfolio. Okay? So first, alamin natin ano yung mga pag-uusapan natin. So our topics for today are the following. We will define what is a portfolio. We will know the purpose and importance of doing this para mas ma-motivate tayong ma-accomplish yung laman nito. Okay, what are the forms and content of portfolio? What are the parts of our e-portfolio? What are the general rule? And then, of course, the rubric for grading this portfolio. Okay, so to begin, we will define a portfolio. So ito yung ating cover ng portfolio. Before, isa na yung ano ko, props ko ng portfolio. Sir,
Ay, nandito, sorry.
ay, kumuha pala. Okay. Nawala yung props ko. Nakikita niyo po ba? So, last school year, we had this, siguro napansin niyo naman kung paano nag-prepare yung mga grade 12 students natin last school year. So, they accomplished this printed copy of portfolio. So, in this printed copy of portfolio, may mga pages na siya, so dinidikitan na lang nila, sinusulatan na lang nila, so para makapag-accomplish sila. But this, because of this pandemic nga, our crisis situation, we shift from a printed portfolio to a e-portfolio or what we call the digital portfolio. So, mamaya yung advantage sabihin ko. Okay, so when we say what is a portfolio, it is a compilation of academic work and other forms of educational evidence assembled by the students. So ginagawa na po talaga ito, particularly ng mga higher level. Okay, so siguro nung kayo, junior high kayo, meron na kayong pinapasang mga portfolio na naka-folder. So that is one way also of compiling your academic works. So in our immersion, because ating activities is more on both written and non-written outputs, so para makita or ma-check, no, kung talagang ginagawa ninyo yung inyong mga activities, we need evidence. Okay? And those evidences will be shown in your portfolio. So, again, so before, meron tayong printed portfolio. Today, e-portfolio na yung gagamitin natin. Mas matipid because last school year, we spent for the copy. Okay? Para maka-acquire sila ng copy. Ngayon, digital, wala kayong babayaran. We will just give you the soft copy and accomplish its content. Okay? So, what is the purpose or importance of doing your portfolio? So first, of course, ang main purpose is for evaluation. It will help us, the teachers, in evaluating your coursework quality. Okay, so hindi lang, dahil nga skills po yung aming mini-measure sa inyo, no, in doing this immersion activity, we want quality. We want to see your progress. That's why you have to accomplish the parts of this portfolio. And lastly, kapag ka natapos ninyo, this will become your achievement. Kagaya nito, this is a copy of Tikisha Rain Abala, if you know her, yung last school year student namin or natin dito sa NHC. So this becomes her accomplishment already. Okay? So pagka maganda, syempre pinipili, nilalagay yan sa library. Okay, so do your best to make a good accomplishment and achievement ninyo. Kumbaga, pag natapos nyo to, achievement unlock ang ating magiging shout out sa timeline ng inyong Facebook pages. Okay? Second purpose is for learning standards. Okay? In this portfolio, makikita ninyo kung ano yung mga requirement, learner's activity, and hindi kayo maliligaw. Okay? Meron kayong susundan na parts na day by day you will accomplish hanggang sa mabuo natin. Okay? It helps in determining whether the students have met the learning standards and other academic requirements for the course. For grade level promotion, and as said by Ma'am Rojas earlier, this is a requirement for graduation. So please do not ignore or huwag po nating pagwalang bahala yung pag-accomplish nitong portfolio natin. Okay? So ito yung finale na okay, pwede yung graduate. Okay? And then third importance is for reflection purposes. Sa inyo mga students, there are some essay parts in this portfolio that you will answer. So with your own idea, no? Yung mga hindi nyo nasasabi, we can get to know you more through your reflections, essays, no? Yung mga situational analysis na nandito sa portfolio. You can have your time to reflect also on what you did well, and what should have been done better. Okay, so yun yung mga reflections natin. Makikita natin, malulook back natin after we finish this accomplishment. And last purpose or importance is, of course, for documentation. Sabi nga sa meaning, pinapakita ng portfolio yung mga evidences of activities na ginawa ninyo. Okay? So, hindi namin mamamanipulate yung grade kasi makikita natin, ito yung mga achievement niya, ito yung mga nagawa niya for the immersion week or immersion month or immersion schedule natin. Okay? So, it will allow you to create an archive of your academic work products, accomplishments, and other documentation. So kasi pwede mo makita dito, no? Meron ditong, sabi ko na kanina, may mga essays na sasagutan. Siyempre, part ng evidence is yung mga photos, okay, na ginagawa ninyo yung isang bagay. So, ididikit natin yun dito or ilalagay natin sa portfolio natin. Okay? Next. What are the forms of a portfolio? So sabi ko nga may printed copy, yun yung mga books or notebook type, which is last year yung ginawa namin. Ngayon may digital form, which is soft copy na, i-accomplish nyo siya soft copy. Bahala po kayo, pwede nyo po yung mas maging creative, pwede nyo palitan yung mga designs or background, basta yung front cover is mananatiling yun pa din. Okay? Ano pa ibang forms? No? We can have graphics, presentation and charts, ano pa ba? Ng mga graphs. Yan. Presentation ng pwedeng in PowerPoint form, okay? Or in a form of a blog, yung mga essay and reflection ninyo, lalagay nyo sa inyong mga blog or sa FB timeline ninyo, and then screenshot nyo, lalagay nyo dito para maging unique. Okay? It can be in a form of a website, or in a video presentation. So yung video presentation, wag nyo nang masyadong karirid kasi meron tayong video output. Doon na lang kayo magkakarir kasi baka mamaya i-translate nyo pa yung digital format natin ng portfolio into video, doon na kayo mag-focus. So meron kasi tayong group video output na diniscuss naman din kanina, nagagawin bawat strand at ng bawat grupo. Okay? Next, what are the contents of this portfolio? So, it has accomplished forms, like yung mga forms ng resume, application letter, application form, lahat ng ginagawa ninyo sa immersion, na part ng immersion, will be documented in this digital format of portfolio. You will attach it by screenshots, screenshot ninyo yung gawa nyo. Pwede rin naman copy-paste if may laptop kayo, ilalagay nyo siya dito sa digital format, no? Yung mga essay, you can answer in the form of text box, kagaya ng ginagawa ninyo pagka nagsasagot kayo sa module, di ba? text box yung ginagamit yung pang encode ng answer ninyo. So dito, ganun din. So wala kayong gagastusin for printing. All will be in a digital file. So soft copy ang ipapasa po ninyo sa amin. Okay? As said earlier also, meron tayong reflections and essays. No? So yung content, no? Ma'am, pwede po bang Tagalog sa reflection or essay? Baka may magtanong. As much as possible, English po ang ating form of communication. Okay po. Pero kung hirap talaga, Taglish, pwede ba yung rule natin sa Taglish is by sentence. Okay, so i-sentence niyo hindi yung tawag dito, I experience na minsan yung baga mix yung yung English and Tagalog sa isang sentence. So hindi yun yung tamang way ng pag-reflect, no, yung konyo na tinatawag nila. So kung magre-reflect kayo na may Tagalog, is i-one sentence yung Tagalog statement na yun. Okay? So yun yung sa reflection and essay. But if you can converse or you can write in pure English, that is much better. Okay? What else are the content? As said earlier also, no, yung photos, mga pictures po na kayo ay gumagawa. Those are good evidences as well ng na part, no? Nakalagay dito sa ating portfolio yung paano nyo ilalagay. Kung screenshot ba, kung paste or copy and paste. So you have to read the parts of the portfolio para alam ninyo kung paano nyo gagawin yung photo or evidence. Ano yung gusto namin makita doon sa photo na ilalagay ninyo. Baka mamaya pure selfie lang yung mga ilagay ninyo. Siyempre, may karampatang score din po yung mga ilalagay ninyong evidence. Those should be valid. Okay? Of course, may assessment tool ang ating portfolio para malaman ninyo kung paano namin kayo bibigyan ng grade or i-rate. Makikita ninyo sa last part ng ating portfolio yung mga assessment tools na gagamitin namin. Okay po ba? If you have questions, you can write it down in our chat box para later we can answer. Okay, so according to Education Reform website, compiling, reviewing, and evaluating student work over time can provide a richer, deeper, and more accurate picture of what students have learned and are able to do than more traditional measures such as the standardized tests, quizzes, or final exams that only measure what students know at a specific point in time. So, equivalent daw po itong portfolio ng mga standardized tests, no? Sabi pa nga dito, it's more than those tests kasi nga overall, no, makikita natin yung performance ng student both in written and their non-written skills. Okay? Kaya importante na ma-motivate tayo to accomplish this part. So wala tayong module sa Work Immersion, but you have to accomplish the digital portfolio. Okay? So kayang-kaya nyo naman to. Meron lang itong 44 pages, but of course, the activities pwedeng madagdagan, depende sa strand, no? Sa call nung strand, sa mga immersion teachers natin. Ano yun? May nagsalita kanina. Hindi ko nakuha. Okay, so the parts of our e-portfolio, it has 4 parts. So first part is the pre-immersion activities. So the pre-immersion activities, it has 10 activities, 10 lang yan, to be accomplished from February 22, starts today, to March 2. Kasi yung March 3, yun yung submission ng pre-immersion activities. Okay po? So, i-divide natin yung paggawa kasi alam namin, pag binigay namin ng isang buo, yung iba, yung manya na habit natin, tsaka yung bahala na system, hindi yan nawawala sa atin, no? But we have to really focus, as said by Ma'am Rojas, no? You are already grade 12. We are preparing you for work and the skills needed in the workplace. Although you will not go outside with an institution na ginawa ng mga previous grade 12, but we would like to assure you na mabibigay pa rin namin yung quality or yung mga skills na hinahanap in a workplace. Kaya kailangan po ninyong umattend or mag-participate, mag-perform sa ating work immersion. Okay? So tandaan po natin to ha. Ang pre-immersion activities mag-start today and will end on March 2. And then submission ng pre-immersion activities ay March 3. We will send you a copy of the portfolio. Don't worry. Okay? Sabi nga ibibigay namin yan lahat sa inyo. Kayo lang ang magpupuno or maglalaman, maglalagay ng parts niyan. Okay? Part 2 immersion proper activities. Activities differ per strand. Of course, no, kasi iba yung requirements sa ABM, sa STEM, no? Although yung basic is mayroon na ritong 9 activities doon sa portfolio na ginawa ko, pero syempre, kung ano yung call ng strand, like sa atin sa ABM, asahan nyo na marami tayong written. Okay, yung mga financial report natin, part yun na ipapasa ninyo. Okay, yung discussion ng immersion proper, which will start on March 1 to 26, will be per advisor na. Kasi kung sino yung advisor nyo, kami naman yung magiging immersion teacher nyo. Yung detalye will be on March 1. Okay? Submission of video output is on March 26. Which is, yun yung i-workout ninyo sa immersion proper kasi. Okay? Ito na yung talagang gagalaw kayo, kikilos kayo, and bubuuhin nyo yung video output ninyo from March 1 to March 26, so you have 4 weeks. Dapat maka 80 hours kayo dyan. Okay? At least 80 hours of performing. Kaya yung mga nagtatrabaho, please make or create the work-life balance na diniscuss kanina ni Ma'am Roj. Okay? Pakiayos po ninyo yung schedule ninyo. Ensure na makakapag 80 hours kasi meron tayong attendance. Meron tayong time in and time out. Okay po? And then for part 3, post-immersion activities, ito naman post-immersion is more on evaluation na lang. The activities is more on evaluation of your portfolio and the video output. Okay? To be accomplished from April 1 to April 6. Kasi yung March 30 to April 4 yata is Holy Week. Okay, Holy Week. So, syempre, rest kayo nun. So, ang submission nyo ng e-portfolio, March 30, Holy Monday. Submission lang talaga yun, papasa lang. Pero yung evaluation, like yung video output, papanoorin kasi yan, may audience kaming kukunin, at magkakaroon ng rubric yan. So, it will start April 1 to April 6. So, bawat araw per strand, bawat grupo ng bawat strand, papanoorin yung mga video and evaluate natin yung gawa ninyo. Okay? Next. Ayan. Sabi ko, yung una nating portfolio na i-accomplish, unang part ng portfolio na i-discuss natin is yung pre-immersion activity. So, ito siya. Ito yung laman yan. May mga essay. May 4 na essay doon sa activity 1 to 4. And then sa activity 5 to 10, yung pagsulat ng resume. Yung resume natin, draft and revise. So mamaya mag-check kaming mga advisor if yung draft copy ay naipasa nyo sa amin. Sabi namin, the draft copy should be your own format. And then dahil diniscuss today yung mga details, ano yung mga kulang, so tingnan niyo ano yung kulang doon sa draft copy niyo, you will create a revised copy of that. Kasi na-discuss na ngayon ni Ma'am Moriel, no, kanina, yung ating, ang tawag dito, yung details ng resume, ng pagsulat ng resume. So, tingnan niyo yung draft copy niyo if pasok ba doon sa quality or sa hinahanap namin para sa revised copy. Kasi yung revised copy, yun yung isasubmit namin sa mga online interviewers. So, sa G-Classroom uli, no, magagawa uli kami ng link para mag-submit kayo ng revised copy. Nasabi ba kanina, no, ang interview natin ay schedule ng 24, Wednesday and Friday. 2 days yun. So, hahatiin yung mga students, no, into 2 groups. Okay? And then, so ang preparation niyo mamaya, pagtapos ng orientation na to, is to check your draft copy and gawin niyo yung revised copy. Okay? The revised copy, may format tayong susundin. Meron tayong template. Doon nyo na ilalaman yung revised copy niyo. Okay? We will send also later. And then yung application form, makikita nyo naman na yung mga parts, no? Pati yung score sheet, job interview score sheet. Pag sinend namin yung pre-immersion activity portfolio, nandoon na rin po yung score sheet. So malalaman nyo na rin po yung mga questions na itatanong sa inyo for online interview. And then, securing clearances. Kanina, naklaro ni Ma'am Rojas yung mga clearances. Tawag dito, barangay clearance, police clearance, BIR ba? Mayors. And then, ano pa yung isa, Ma'am? Medical certificate. Hindi nyo na po kukunin yung mga clearance na yun. Pero sa portfolio natin, you will just get the procedure of how to have those clearances. So meaning, mga steps lang in securing those clearance ang ilalagay ninyo. No need to get the actual clearances. Kasi nga, hindi naman kayo lalabas. We will be working from home. Okay? Mas maliit daw kapag zinumpo, malabo. Oo. We will just send you the original copy. Yung digital portfolio natin. Okay, and yung report card, kasi nga, ang requirement ay no failing grade. Kailangan po natin makuha yung ating first SEM report card. So, we will have viewing of cards. March 6, ang viewing ng card. Yun yung next schedule natin. So, you have to go to school para makuha yung copy na yon. Okay? Kasi ilalagay nyo siya as a requirement for your pre-immersion activities. Okay? Kaya lang March 3 pala yung deadline ko. March 6 pa yung viewing ng card nila. Okay. Di ba, Ale? Mag-a-adjust na lang tayo uli. Ayan na, in-adjust ko na naman, ha? Naalala ko lang, March 6 pa kasi yung viewing ng card, pero ang deadline nitong pre-immersion activities is March 3. So, just in case, yun na lang yung idadagdag ninyo ng March 6. Gawin nyo na yung ibang parts para hindi kayo natatambakan. Remember, this week, completion week lang naman kayo sa first SEM grades. And then, gagawin nyo tong mga pre-immersion activities. Kasi March 1, dapat wala na kayong, hindi na kayo naggagawa ng pre-immersion activities ninyo. As much as possible, sa March 1, immersion proper activities na yung gagawin natin. Okay, doon na i-discuss ng bawat immersion teacher yung magiging output natin at yung requirement na mga documentation or evidences for that. Okay? So, clear po tayo sa pre-immersion activities, ha? Huwag po tayong magpapatambak ng ating pre-immersion activities. Okay, what are the general rules in complying or accomplishing this portfolio? For technical aspects, first, yung font style. Bahala kayo sa font style, basta readable. Wag na lang yung, ang tawag doon, cursive or yung cursive font, wag na yon. Piliin nyo lang yung mga simple fonts that are readable. Okay? Tapos yung font size, wag naman sobrang laki, wag din sobrang liit. Make sure na readable. Okay? The sign can be changed except the front or cover page, which is yung pinakita ko kanina na nakalagay yung school logo. Okay? You can have other background for your resume. Pwede kayong gumamit ng mga apps para mas maganda yung presentation. Basta hindi masyadong matingkad yung kulay. Isipin nyo pa rin yung, yung rules sa arts ng foreground and background. Okay? Picture should not be blurred. Yung mga i-attach po natin. Dahil digital format po tayo, makikita namin kung blurred or pixelated yung mga nilagay ninyong pictures. Make sure naman na may quality din yung picture na ilalagay po ninyo. Okay? Submission of your portfolio, March 26, 2021. File name. So, may file name tayong susundin para hindi, pag di-download namin or i-check namin, hindi rin, kumbaga malalaman agad namin kung sino yung nagpasa. Okay po? Wag yung pinapasa nyo sa, sa G-Classroom ng daming letters. Yung iba, ang daming numbers. Hindi nyo nire-rename. So, you have to rename your file para madali ring hanapin sa inyong cellphones or laptop, madaling mahanap pag nag-edit or babalikan nyo na for editing purposes or revision. So our file name should be ePortfolio _ kung ang pinasa ninyo ay pre-immersion part or immersion proper part or yung post-immersion part. Okay? Lalagay niyo yun. Tapos kung anong strand niyo, 12, ABM, 12 STEM, and then yung initials niyo. Like for example, ako, BR Oray. So kung mahaba yung pangalan niyo, wag niyo na ilagay na lahat. Okay? Letters lang, no? Initials lang nung first name. Kung walang middle name, edi wag nyo na ilagay. Okay, yung initial nun. Okay, so yan po yung kailangan ninyong tandaan dyan, ha. And then, another rule in accomplishing this portfolio, this will be a component of your written works. Mamaya, di-discuss si Sir Lugo, ano yung sabi ng written works. So, 30% for TVL strand and 40% for the academic. Yung detalye ng percentage na yan will be discussed later in the evaluation of the work immersion process. Okay? So yung portfolio may rubric. O, kung malabo dyan, di nyo nababasa, mamamaya na lang pagka sinend namin yung soft copy. Okay? Basta your rubric will be graded timeliness. May 3 criteria or dapat nyong ma-meet, no, na standards. Yung timeliness, of course, sabi nga ni Ma'am Rojas, no? Be punctual. So, yan yung mga skills na kailangan natin dito sa immersion. Quality of your work, which includes critical thinking skills, writing skills, no? Meron kayong AYAP na subject, meron kayong reading and writing na subject. I-apply na po natin yung mga core subjects natin sa immersion. Okay, pagsasama-samahin natin yan. And then, of course, the efficiency, no? Yung participation ninyo. Remember, we are online. We are work from home. So, not necessarily all the time mag-Gmeet. Walang ganon. Hindi naman kayo re-required na laging naka-Gmeet sa immersion. Pero yung online na magbabasa kayo ng inyong FB Messenger, okay, magpaparamdam kayo sa chat or sa group chat ng bawat immersion GCs, yun ay form of online. Huwag yung totally walang paramdam kasi walang attendance yun. Okay po ba? So when we say online and blended learning, we use all the means to communicate. So wag po nating ikahon na pag modular, module lang yung gagawin kasi hindi po talaga natin ma-achieve yung desired learning natin. So please, as much as possible, be efficient by participating online. Okay? And that will be all for my discussion. Wala, ayun. Diba?
Okay.
Kung may question, may Q&A portion.
Okay po. Thank you po, Ma'am. By the way, if you have questions, kasi kanina may naka-raise yung virtual hand ni James. Kung may tanong ka, pwede nyo pong ilagay sa chat box. Then later, i-post natin yan sa isang portion, sa Q&A portion rather. Now, by the way, I would like to congratulate sa buong viewers pa rin po natin. Kahit po na 11 na sa akin, kayo pa rin po ay nandiyan. And that's one of the good attitudes na pinag-pertain po sa ngayon. Kasi puhaw kayo sa kaalaman regarding about immersion. Now, the only thing na medyo nagustuhan po at nakuha ko sa discussion ni Ma'am Oray that avoid procrastination. Wherein, kung kaya natin tapusin sa araw ngayon, pwede nyo na pong tapusin para hindi po kayo matamakan. Kasi po sa page na ginagawa natin, at kung ako ang viewer habang dinidiscuss ni Ma'am yan, simula sa umpisang nag-present, napakarami na po dapat gawin. And at the same time, meron po tayong i-budget natin yung oras natin kasi meron tayong mga deadlines. Kung kaya natin tapusin sa araw ngayon, gawin po natin. Kasi kung halimbawa may deadline tayo at doon na natin gagawin, matatambakan rin po tayo. At ayun yung natutunan ko sa lesson ni Ma'am Oray. So, overloaded na tayo sa idea regarding about immersion. Now, of course, it's already well. If you can do things at the same time, since naka-close naman ang camera ninyo, kung pwede kayong matahin na dyan para lang mapatituhaw man sa inyo sa nagugutom daan, pwede na pong kumain, pero huwag lang po mapakita sa camera kasi kami rin po gutom na. Okay. This moment, let's proceed to the last, but definitely not the least, our presenter regarding about the evaluation of work immersion. He is the stress-free teacher and an optimistic man
First honor
in his profession. Wow, workaholic dito. It's no other than Mr. Max Trinon, si Lugo Jr., the full view
Okay, so good afternoon na. No? So bigyan nyo na ako ng 7 to 10 minutes para matapos po natin yung last part ng orientation natin regarding our pre-immersion or immersion activities po natin. So yung naka-assign po sa akin na task for today is to discuss to you about so hopefully nakikita nyo po yung screen. Meron na po ba? Okay, ongoing. So yung naka-assign na task sa akin is to discuss to you about the evaluation of work immersion. So bakit nga ba natin kailangan i-evaluate yung trabaho ninyo, yung output ninyo at the end of the day pagkatapos ng almost a month or at least 1 month of your immersion? Enable for us teachers to evaluate your work. So meron tayong tinatawag ng mga tinatawag nating competency bands or the competency skills and to develop, enable for us to grade you. It's either high grade or low grade. Pero ang pinaka-aim talaga natin dito is makamit natin yung gusto natin. At the end of the day, yung hard work natin ay kailangan nating magkaroon kayo ng kumpiyansa sa sarili na mataas yung score ninyo kasi pinaghirapan ninyo yung ginawa ninyo, especially yung effort for you. Since pandemic now, so nahihirapan tayo na mag-communicate sa isa't isa. So definitely, para magkaroon kami ng transparency and accuracy, i-present ko sa inyo yung mga ano ba yung tinatawag nating competencies and tinatawag nating listed of behavioral items para makita ninyo kung ano yung paano namin kayo i-grade. So first is, ano ba yung purpose ng work immersion? So na-discuss kanina ng mga presenter kanina na kung saan yung the main purpose of work immersion, kalagay po dyan, is to improve, build new skills, to develop a better communication, to adapt a new environment, to improve and develop and apply your competencies in a real life scenario o kung paghahanap na kayo ng trabaho. So yung immersion na ito ay magiging gabay ninyo, magiging guide ninyo kung paano nga ba yung feeling o paano nga ba yung pakiramdam kapag nasa trabaho na kayo, naghahanap na kayo ng magandang trabaho, tinatawag ng decent job for your family. So sabi dito, one of its components, the work immersion program provides students real workplace experience, giving students a set of technical, vocational, and livelihood skills that can help them make more informed career choices and improve their employment prospects. So ibig sabihin nito, hinahanda kayo ng grade 12, especially sa immersion process ninyo, upang sa ganun ay ready yung puso ninyo, ready yung utak ninyo to imbibe the skills, to hone your skills and develop more. Para po sa pagganon, yung weaknesses ninyo is to develop pa ninyo, tapos yung strength ninyo is magagamit ninyo through your employment or career. So why do we need to evaluate your performance? We need to evaluate your performance and able for us to assess you kung hanggang saan yung kakayanan ninyo to enable for you to become ready sa real world scenario. Sabi dito kasi, when we say evaluation is an assessment of the relative worth of various jobs on the basis of consistent set of job and personnel factors such as qualifications and skills required. So dalawa lang yun. factors such as qualifications and skills required. So i-evaluate kayo, enable for you to develop your skills. Okay? So work immersion and performance appraisal form. So dito po yung mga criteria o yung rubrics natin how to evaluate or give you grades. So nandyan po yung work immersion performance appraisal. So nakalagay po sa pinaka taas niya yung student's name, yung strand, partner institution, address, and other details. So dito, sabi na tayo directions dito na kung saan, for each behavioral item listed within the competency bands, write 5, with 5 being the most and 1 is the least, and then select evaluation most suited. So definitely kami po yung mag-grade dito since depende po doon sa, i-discuss kanina ni Ma'am Rojas yung accomplishment plan. Saka kami magbibigay ngayon ng grade kapag accomplished na yung activities ninyo, meron na updated na accomplishment plan, saka kayo nagkakaroon ngayon ng basis kung kayo ba ay outstanding or 5, yung 4 is very satisfactory, yung 3 is satisfactory, yung 2 is fair, 1 is needs improvement, and NA not applicable. Siguro naman wala makakakuha ng NA or even 1 sa inyo since ito ay team work, ibig sabihin grupo kayo gagawa. So definitely, the more na mas marami yung utak na gumagana, the more na mas mataas yung scores na makukuha ninyo. So sa 5, performance exceeds the required standard. So all you have to do now is to read na lang yan. We don't need to discuss every detail since we are running of time na. Alam ko, gutom na yung iba sa inyo. Baka yung mga sinasabi ko ay hindi na talaga pumapasok dyan sa utak nyo kasi gutom na nga ang nasa isip natin. Okay, so yan po yung competencies and yung skills natin. So yan po yung mga competencies natin, yung teamwork, so we don't need to elaborate all the details dyan. So like they say, the best team is teamwork. Naniniwala ba kayo doon? Na pinaka-the best na team is teamwork. Kung gusto nyo magkaroon ng mataas na grades, kung gusto nyo magkaroon ng best performance, you need to have this competency. The teamwork. Ano yung mga listed behaviors doon sa teamwork na yan? Consistently work with others to accomplish goals and tasks, treats all team members in a respectful, courteous manner, and a lot. So yung score dyan ay equivalent to teamwork total. So kunyari, ang ibinigay ni teacher sa'yo sa number 1 ay 5, sa number 2 ay 5 din, sa number 3 ay binigyan ka ng 3 points. Sa number 4, binigyan ka ng 3 points. And sa number 5, binigyan ka ng 1 point. So that is 17 points. So 17 divided by 5 is equal to 3.4. So yun ang iyong total score sa competency number 1, which is teamwork. Your total score is 3.4. So ganun po siya kasimple. Okay? Para for transparency and accurateness lang po tayo. Sunod po is yung tinatawag nating communication. So since tayo ay nasa pandemic pa din, so hindi tayo nagkikita-kita, especially kayo. So isa sa pinaka-the best way for you to have your communication is to communicate well sa pamamagitan ng GC or ng Facebook Messenger. So dapat kung kayo ay hindi a-attend ng practice ninyo o hindi kayo a-attend ng for your performance, so you need to communicate well doon sa mga kagrupo ninyo. So making sure na dapat alam nila kung bakit hindi ka a-attend, anong reason kung bakit hindi ka a-attend. So nakalagay po dyan ang kanyang competency o yung listed behavior is 4. 4 po yan. And then next is attendance and punctuality. Very common po ito sa atin since work from home po tayo kapag nagpatawag si leader o si assistant leader ng practice, make it sure na kapag sinabi 1 o'clock, so dumating tayo ng 12:45, huwag naman tayo dumating ng 2 o'clock. Since pinag-uusapan natin yung attendance and punctuality, definitely kasi makikita yun sa accomplishment plan ninyo. Halimbawa, Si Mr. Lubo, 1 o'clock ang usapan, dumating siya ng 1:30 o 1:45. So kami mga evaluator, magsasabi ko, okay, ito, lagi itong late. So bibigyan ka namin ng 2 points or 1 point, depende sa performance mo. So may score din po yan. Total score is yan, 3 po yan, divided by 3 din. Next is productivity and resiliency. So make it sure na marunong tayong mag-manage ng time, marunong tayong mag-multitasking sa dinami-dami ng ginagawa natin. Dapat marunong tayong what do you call this one? Marunong tayong mag-divide ng oras natin. Dapat yung isang oras ganito, isang oras ganyan. Then para sa ganun, ma-accomplish natin yung gagawin natin sa given time. Para matapos natin yung trabaho natin, it's either hindi ka malilate or advance ka gumawa. Okay? Next is we have initiative and proactivity. Halimbawa, nakalimutan ng leader nyo na meron kayong meet up today. Tapos siya lang yung wala doon sa GC. Parang hindi niya pa nasisin yung message ninyo. So, directly mo na siya i-message o direct puntahan mo sa bahay kung magkakapit bahay lang naman kayo. Doon pala, nagkaroon pala ng initiative para maayos ninyo yung trabaho ninyo. So dito nakalagay sa initiative and proactivity, the complete assignment with minimum supervision, complete task independently and consistently, and a lot. So definitely, dito sa initiative and proactivity, kahit hindi ka i-message ng group leader mo, hindi ko kayo i-message na dapat makikita-kita kayong ganyan. Dapat meron kayong initiative na gumalaw. Hindi yung naghihintay kayo ng utos, naghihintay kayo ng command, saka kayo gumalaw. So definitely meron pong mga corresponding points po yan. So that is 6 behavioral items. And we have next is the judgment and decision making. Dito kasi minsan nakakaroon tayo ng problema. Kapag hindi nagkaroon ng pagkakaunawaan sa grupo, ayaw nilang magtrabaho, ayaw nito na maging leader, ayaw ni ganito maging ganito, ganyan. So make it sure the leaders or the members should look for a solution to solve the basic problem. Eh kung ayaw gumalaw ng leader, eh sinong gagalaw? Malamang yung ibang mga members. Eh what if ayaw gumalaw din ng members? So failed ang inyong magiging score dyan. Make it sure na kailangan ninyong magtrabaho sa team. Babalikan ko sabi ko kanina, the best team is team work. Okay? Next is attitude and professionalism. Lahat ng tao may attitude. Depende sa uri ng attitude ito. Sometimes may hard-headed, matigas ang ulo. Minsan ayaw niyang what do you call this one? Ayaw niyang mai-correct siya ng classmates niya o ng groupmates niya. Gusto niya siyang nasusunod, siya ang bida, siya yung magaling, siya yung leader, so hindi siya humihingi na o hindi siya nag-accept ng corrections or suggestions. So anong mangyayari? Hindi po ba? So make it sure na talagang mapagpakumbaba ka, make it sure na lahat ay tinatawag natin open-minded ka. Kailangan mong maging bukas sa lahat ng suggestions or recommendations sa grupo mo. Okay? Or offers assistance willingly, show a positive work attitude, show us sensitivity to and consideration for others' feelings, and a lot. So may score din po yan. That is 5 behavioral items. And we have also the professionalism, uses of equipment or facilities responsibly. Halimbawa, gagamit ka ng covered court ng barangay ninyo. Tapos humiram ka ng mga upuan, humiram ka ng sound system, humiram ka ng mga tables and whatnot. So definitely, after nyong gamitin, ibalik natin as a part of being yung work ethics, yung pagiging professionalism natin sa ating mga ginagawa. So may corresponding points din po yan. Okay, then next is the overall rating. Ganyan po yung criteria natin, yung teamwork, communication, attendance, productivity, initiative, judgment, dependability, attitude, professionalism. Papakita ko lang po yung yung sample para makita po ninyo kung paano yan i-grade. Wait lang, i-share ko lang ulit. Ay, wait, sorry. For a while. A window. Here. Kita po ba ninyo yung summary of score sheets? Wala?
Wala pa po.
Ito, sorry. Wala pa din?
Wala pa rin. Wala po, sir.
Okay. Sorry. Stop sharing ko muna. So, share ko lang yung window. And, window ba yan? Tab.
Wala.
Here, ayan. Yan ang i-represent na. A window. Here. Ayan, meron na po ba kayo nakikita?
Ikaw.
Meron. So, pasensya na, gugutom na talaga yung mga people of the world. Meron na po ba? Ayan,
Meron na, sir, kaso maliit.
Ayan. So, yung summary of scores po natin, nandiyan po sa left side yung criteria, nandiyan yung teamwork, communication, attendance and punctuality, productivity, resilience, initiative or proactivity, judgment, dependability, attitude, professionalism. And sa right side, nandiyan yung weighted average. Halimbawa, ang grade mo, ang score mo sa teamwork ay 5, sa communication ay 4, hanggang sa baba, i-add mo lang po lahat yan. So, ang score niya is 42 divided by 9, since 9 po yung criteria natin. So, ang equivalent po niya, 42 divided by 9 is equal to 4.66. So, ang kanyang what do you call this one? Transmutation score is 98%. So, yan po yung grade mo doon sa output or doon sa written works mo. Balik na po natin doon sa last part. Saan? Nawala na ako sa background, hayaan mo na. Naging ghost na lang, hayaan mo na siya. Oo. Okay? So, bumalik po tayo doon sa last part natin. So, nandiyan po yung transmutation table po natin, computed weighted average. Kung ang score mo ay 4.2 to...
Wala ka ng buka.
Wala na akong buka. Wait lang. I-off ko na lang mo. Oo. So, meron ng screen? Wala pa. Meron na. Okay. So, yung transportation table po natin, nandiyan po yung computed weighted average and equivalent grade. Kapag ang computed weighted average mo ay 4.2 to 5, so that is 100%. 3 to 4.90, that is 95. 2.6 to 3.39, that is 90. 1.8 to 2.59, that is 85. And 1 to 1.79, that is 80. So definitely, walang babagsak dito sa transportation table. So dapat magkaroon kayo talaga ng initiative para magtrabaho ng maayos. Next po. So percentage for grading po natin sa pagitan ng academics and the textbook. For academics, ang written works po natin ay 40%. Samantala yung performances po natin ay 60%. Sa textbook naman po ay ang written works ay 30%, yung performance po ang pinakamabigat which is 70%. Sa quarter 1 po ng academics, ang pinaka-important sa academics and textbook, yung quarter 1 po natin, ano po yung expected output po natin. So yung sa pre-immersion activities po natin, that is 40%. Na-discuss naman ni Ma'am Uray kanina, yung immersion proper activities and post-immersion activities natin, that is 60% po din. Sa quarter 1, ganun din sa textbook, pre-immersion activities, that is 30%, and immersion proper activities, post-immersion activities, that is 70%. Pagdating po ng quarter 2 or last quarter ng second SEM, yung submission of e-portfolio, the video-based output, so ganun din po sa textbook, submission of e-portfolio and video-based output. So yung criteria for video-based output sa submission of e-portfolio, so ibibigyan na lang po namin sa mga susunod na araw yung rubrics or criteria kung paano namin kayo bibigyan ng grades. Para maging transparency and accuracy. Lahat na yung ginagawa. Okay? So that's it. Hopefully na mayroon kayo natutunan sa lahat na nag-present for today. And kung meron kayong questions, ibato nyo ng questions kasi bago tayo kumain is meron tayong Q&A portion. So with that, thank you very much, grade 12.
Okay, tapos na tayo ay gusto lang matapos itong program na ito. At nakita ko dito graduate hindi na nag-left. So, from 98, nag-online na 4, ngayon po ay 89. So, as I said, if you can do things at the same time, habang nakikinig, kumakain, the better. Kasi po, meron pa po tayong part, medyo patapos na rin naman. So, time check, 12:34. So, at this point in time, so I will introduce all the immersion teacher. Okay? So, first, pwede po ba paki-open yung camera dito to familiarize the faces? So sila po ang magiging sandigan ninyo. Si Mr. Ducos, Ayus. Tingnan nyo po, bakit hindi po kilala advisor ninyo, no? Yan. Sir po yung link na-discuss. Ang natutunan ko kay Sir, teamwork. Okay? Huwag lang po leader, pwede po magiging leader din ang mga followers as much as possible. Ma'am Geraldine, marami ka, medyo busy lang siya. Yan. Medyo patin pa lang ako. Yeah, si Ma'am, wow, si Yoni, oh, yan. At naka-refresh na siya, pero kahit na masyadong overloaded ang ginagawa namin, siya po ay fresh pa din. Pero kung wala pa po ata si Ma'am. Yan, sige talaga ako si Ma'am Coray.
Ito si Ma'am Muriela.
Ay, may nag-e-open ang camera dyan. Wala. Okay, kasi hindi daw ako maintindihan. So here, yan. O si Ma'am, yan. So si Ma'am NHC HS, ito po yung magiging immersion teacher ninyo. If you have some questions regarding about the immersion, lalo na po kung ano po yung mga dapat gawin, sila po ang magiging sandigan po ninyo. Okay po? Kasi po, every time na may tanong po kayo regarding about this matter, sila lang po ang makakasagot niyan. And at the same time, ulitin ko lang po, yung teamwork and avoid procrastination, yung mga dapat gawin, tapusin na. So, salamat po. Hanggang ngayon, may 87,000 viewers pa rin tayo, minus kung ilan man. Now, at this point in time, we'll just have a Q&A portion. Yung mga nakataas po yung virtual hand nila, kung may tanong, pwede po i-type niyo sa chat box. Now, sir, pwede na po natin i-post yung mga naunang tanong. At pwede pong sasagot po yung mga immersion teacher natin kung sila po ang naka-assign po doon sa part na yan. Okay po, sir? Take it away. Yes, sir. Yan. Yan, naka-ready na po ang mga ano natin. I-present na po. Yan. Yan. Okay. Kay Castel Morden sa STEM, where are we going to get assigned? Sino pong pwedeng sumagot? Ma'am Rojas, where are we going to get assigned?
So, ulitin ko yung nasabi ko kanina, dahil hindi tayo lalabas, ang gagawin natin ay yung mga immersions teachers, tayo ay magde-design ng mga activity na isa-simulate lang yung mga pwede ninyong gawin kung kayo ay nag-immersion sa labas. Okay? Yung mga activities na pwede natin gawin kung tayo ay nag-immersion sa labas. So dahil nga tayo ay mag-work immersion kahit na nasa time ng pandemic, so hindi tayo pwedeng makipag-work with external partners. So yun lang yung gagawin natin. Well, hindi po tayo lalabas kung hindi magde-design tayo ng mga activities that would simulate activities na pwede ninyong gawin kung kayo ay nasa labas, working with partners.
Okay, salamat ma'am. So thank you for that. So hindi po kayo lalabas. Okay, another question. Ganun pa rin, Kasal Morden. Will there be fees for work immersion as an insurance or compensation for the company that will guide us?
So nabanggit ko na yan, ulitin ko, dahil hindi nga tayo lalabas, so wala pong bayad yung estudyante or hindi rin magbabayad yung company na partner. Pero kung ang inquiry is kung halimbawa lumabas tayo, depende yun eh. Merong mga companies na nagbabayad sila para sa mga nag-work immersion sa kanila, nagbibigay ng allowance. So meron din namang hindi. Okay. Pero sa kasalukuyan, dahil hindi lalabas, so walang babayaran.
Yan, so napakaliwanag na po. So sa dami sa ilang estudyante, nakadalawa na po si Morden. Dami na, di ba? Come on, Kasal Morden. Ay, siya na naman. I would like to know if we can apply to other companies. So siguro nasagot naman na to. If you are expecting for salary, so wala na po yan. Sagot na, clear na po yan. Ito ay Mr. Cruz. Ma'am, same lang po ba? Kung makita mo kanina, nagsample ng portfolio, yung gagawin na sa notebook po or folder ilalagay, ma'am, right? Okay. Nasa ground floor siya, ngayon po, tumatakbo ng third floor. Ito, pasasagutin ko na.
Hi, Luz. Same lang po ba? Hindi po tayo same kasi printed copy yung pinakita ko na sample. Digital portfolio po ang gagawin natin. Okay? Meaning, soft copy ng portfolio, lalamanin po ninyo. We will send it in document file and bahala kayo kung paano ninyo siya gagawing creative. Okay, kasi sa printed copy, didikit lang kayo ng mga evidences niyo. Dito kasi, copy-paste or screenshot nga yung mga photos, then ilalagay po natin sa digital portfolio. Okay po?
Clear na clear po, ma'am. Thank you po. Pero pa po ang tanong, sir. Ma'am, hanggang kailan pwede ihabol lahat ng kulang? Kung kaya niyong ako po sa sagot, kung kaya niyong ihabol, ngayon pa lang, tapusin niyo na para wala na kayong problema. Okay? Pero kung bukas ito yan, asahan ninyo, may delay po sa inyo, at hindi kayo makakasama sa immersion kung ito ay prerequisite. Tama po ba? Yeah. Yung sagot ko, may mas nagalit ko kung nadapat, no? Okay, meron po, sir. Ay, kasi important sa amin namin ulit. How big group? Nabanggit ko ba ito kanina?
May question si Lisa.
Sir,
so, ang groupings po ay pag-uusapan ng mga groups ng mga immersion class. So, I think depende yun sa kung ano yung specific task na napili ninyong gawin.
Ibrahim.
May tanong ba? Ito sa bigay. Okay, sino na isa daw? Habol po. Habol po yung isang immersion sa buong basic po. Ma'am Che, paano daw po ito? Pasok? Wala pa po sa dokumento.
Home base. Ang sagot ni Sir, ni Sir Benji, yung principal natin, kapag pinayagan po yung letter natin sa division office na pumunta kayo dito kayo mag-work immersion, mag-set up kayo dito, gumawa ng demo cooking sa cafeteria, that's the time lang na pwede kayong pumunta, ha? Pero wala pang sagot. Okay? Malalaman nyo din naman. Pero lahat ng pinapagawa, yung portfolio, yung video, lahat yung gagawin nyo po. Ha? Hindi lang kayo magpo-concentrate doon sa output. Oh?
Okay, hindi na po sana yun. Pero pag isa, ano kayo mga paray, ito na po ba for second sem? Wala, expecting siya para sa second sem. May schedule po ba?
May schedule na for second sem. Oo, meron naman. Dapat si Sir Benji yan.
Nag-e-echo daw.
Nag-e-echo.
Yung
Baka dito kay Sir.
Kaya lang, yung mga nakapagay
May echo pa din eh. Unmute po. Hello? Ayan, wala na. Okay. For Quezon City. Yes, may schedule na po tayo for second sem. For approval na lang po ng ating principal. And March 1 pa naman po ang mag-start ng ating subjects sa second sem. So, bago mag-March 1, malalaman ninyo. We will send you the schedule. Kaya nga tinanong na namin, di ba, sino yung determinado at willing na mag-enroll for second sem? Kasi magre-re-enroll po kayo sa second sem. Lahat ng mga tinatamad na, ayaw nang gumawa ng module, di na po namin isasama sa second sem. Utos na po yan ni Sir Benji, no, na lilinisin yung ating tawag dito, list of enrollees. Okay? Sa sino na lang po yung determinadong magtapos, yun po ang may enroll sa second sem. And yes, meron po tayong schedule at ibibigay po namin yan sa inyo within this week kasi